Oh shit! I guess we're live. Um,
Brrr.
yeah, that's the intro. The other one was still. What do you call the word? Yeah, converting, and it took longer than me trying to say this sentence, and we just lost everyone in the chat. That was great with a stutter. All right, all right. How you guys doing?
What are you, Yeti?
Yeah, I'm pretty. Oh shit! That is the name that should not be named. Yeti board right there. Other than that, Gary, I'm glad to see you're better.
Yeah, well, a lot of people know I'm a diabetic, and I screwed up the night before. And when you're taking the long-acting, slow-acting insulin, if you think that you've taken it, it's best not to take it and go a day without it, and then immediately take it the first opportunity the next day. And that's what I did. So it messed me up for like 2 days.
Yeah, it's
So
been kind of weird.
yeah, I'm okay. Oh, I didn't die. And I brought Jack Jack.
Ah, now I'm going to die.
I fucking love this thing. It came with the Mr. Incredible with the actual costume. Because like I have this version.
Like the red costume or the classic
I
costume?
have
Oh
this
my
one.
god!
I have this one, but I also have the one that's actually fabric.
Oh,
And that's what Jack Jack came with, and it's across the room. I keep Jack Jack over here because the cat has a tendency of liking to go in there, and she always knocks Jack Jack over. 'Cause he's
so you're
small.
saying that the cat does a lot of jack offing?
Oh my god!
I haven't even
expect that.
introduced
I
Script yet, and
expect
he's
that
already
from
doing a dick joke.
exactly. I expect that from Steven, not you.
Nah, I'm gonna be doing pretty good. But Script, how you doing? You're dealing with the same stuff I am in Canada. How you feeling?
Yeah. All things considered, I'm doing well and holding up. Just frustrated, but I try not to let that dominate my day, and kick
You
back.
must wear your mask at all times.
If I'm on a bus.
The guy
Oh.
sounds like a Dalek. All you got to do is do the voice with him.
I like you guys. Have you guys ever met Jace 540? Ever seen Echo Base Network or anything like that, or the Snap Crew or anything
I
like
know
that?
who Jace is. Yeah,
Well,
I know Echo Base Network. Yeah.
Echo
supposedly
Base Network.
I grifted him in. Hi, Jace.
What's up, Jace?
Hello. Hey,
Hello.
hey.
Yeah, I've been on with Jace twice now.
Is he paying for your therapy, Jace, or no? Wow, that fell flat like the last line I
he
did.
just told you to fuck off, Steven.
He did. He just wanted to fuck up. He did. But well, it's gonna be kind of a chill show because I didn't know really where to cover with animation, so we can pretty much go all over the place. But I wanted to.
Well, there was no planning, and that's why I did the thumbnail that way, and we can use that same thumbnail whenever we just feel like getting on and just talking about shit.
Well, I don't know if this is shit, but this is a good segue. Did you guys see this article yet? I know it came up probably a couple of days ago or a day ago, but that has me excited for the new Sonic 2 movie.
Oh my fucking god, that looks awesome.
You know exactly what I'm looking at, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So supposedly these are set videos that came out today. This is actually an article from today, and it looks like we're gonna get not only Sonic back. I don't know why he's groping his crotch, but we're gonna get see, he's right in there. He's hands deep.
Knuckles and tails. Yeah.
Yeah, he has his knuckles in Sonic instead of his knuckles and knuckles, and then I got tails.
Yeah, like you got the nice little stand-in dolls there.
That's all they are. Yeah, they're markers to give people. It's for it's for the effects guys as well as the actors that are live on set.
Awesome.
Yeah, helps their eye line. Also helps them get a little bit closer into the whole believing and interacting with them.
Right.
Before they did these types of props, they usually just had a dude in a motion capture suit with some tennis balls glued onto various parts of his body.
Well, I think there were some lessons learned from Ian McKellen doing The Hobbit with all the CG work with green screen, that his frustration led to him breaking down. It's like
he was literally by himself for most of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like and that harkens back, of course, to Mark Hamill on Empire Strikes Back. The times when you are really pressed as an actor to interact with inanimate objects or objects that aren't there. And people don't know, how difficult that can be on an actor, but you try to imagine that. Try to imagine interacting with something. And, of course, I'm not talking about any of you people with mental disorders.
Yeah, but The way I'm looking at this right now, I'm actually excited. I know the first movie, even the first movie had controversy. It actually even cost us the Canadian studio to shut down after they did all the re-edits for Sonic to begin with, because everyone remembers that terrifying human weird ass face of like something that you would hit with a golf club that was going hee 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 like
It was
Michael
mutant.
Jackson.
It was a mutant thing.
It was so
It
bad.
was so bad. But I'm seeing this, and if that means that they're doing the representations like this, I'm hoping that the actual cartoon will be like this as well, because
I'm
Knuckles,
pretty sure they're not going to ever step away from that again.
No,
no,
Paramount needs this, so they're gonna. I mean, the thing is that when they released that first trailer, people reacted.
I accidentally muted myself with this new headset.
You're back, Jace. Hey,
He's alive.
I apparently muted myself with the new headsets. They have like a mute button that I accidentally hit.
See, he wasn't just ignoring you, Fat Steven, even though I've done it.
Pardon?
No, I was saying that I'm like when the first movie came, like the trailer, and you saw how bad the trailer was because how Sonic looked, and I'm really happy that they actually listened to fans and delayed the movie and re-CGI'd everything with Sonic.
Yeah, well, that was something that was easily attainable from the fans. I mean, it's not like saying, oh, you saw Last Jedi and demanding that they remake it. It's like that's a lot more money than just CGIing another character. You kind of like between a rock and a hard place. That's more between a rock and a hard place. Where in this one, it's like, oh, we dropped the trailer. We're still in the midst of post production on all the CGI stuff. Yeah, fans are reacting pretty poorly on this render of Sonic. Yeah, we're gonna have to change that if we want to get just people in the seats, because again, they did not rewrite the movie for Sonic the Hedgehog. It was already set in stone pretty much.
Now the question sorry about that. I was gonna ask a question about this though.
Sure.
Well, do you guys think that you guys remember how the last movie ended, right? I didn't mean to cut you off, Strick. I'm sorry. I was bad with my time.
No, that's quite all right. Last one ended with Jim Carrey on the Mushroom World and Sonic living in the attic with James Marsden and his hot wife.
And then, of course, we also see what's her name in the after credit scene. The yellow character, I forget her name.
Tails.
Yeah.
The one right there that's called Tails.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a girl or a guy?
It's a guy.
I thought it was a girl.
A guy.
No. So, do you think that these two are going to be tricked by Robotnik to help him find a way back to our world, or something's going to happen? And
I mean, if they're smart, that's probably what they'll do. Yeah.
There's an echo somewhere. It's weird.
Somewhere.
Is it me? Hold on.
Echo.
Hello.
Echo. Yeah, it was you. You're good now, Script.
Okay, that was weird.
That's pretty weird, man.
So the other part too, I haven't been following the project, so I don't even know is Jim Carrey coming back to this, because he's notorious for not doing sequels. So
he is coming back as Eggman. Yeah,
that's awesome.
But I heard that he was protesting the use of guns in the film.
Are you serious?
No.
Are you serious? Like what?
No, he doesn't. No, he's not doing that.
His whole ship had guns. Every one of his little drones had guns.
Yeah.
It's like saying, okay, you just have to go there like frisbees now. Hey, Kylock, how you doing?
I remember this. Do you guys remember the first actor who played on Nightcrawler in X-Men? In X-Men 2, the first actor. He was in a TV show and stuff, and in season 1 he used guns, but he refused to use guns in season 2.
Why is that?
He didn't like guns or something. There was some stupid stuff, if I don't remember wrong.
You're talking about Alan Cumming.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, from Chicago.
Yeah, I love the guy. He's a fucking great actor. I've been a fan of his since '95. But he's your typical twant when it comes to that shit.
Yeah.
Overly woke.
Yeah, I hate guns too, but it's like it's not enough for me
to your
to inconvenience
day job.
other people with that.
He just needs to stick to his day job, being an actor.
Yeah. There was another one that I wanted to cover. It's kind of animation related. I forget. Is it called Robots? What is it called? Robot. It's Netflix's series. They just said the second season's coming.
Love, Sex, and Robots.
Love, Sex, and
or
Robots.
Love, Death, and Robots. That's it.
Yeah, love. Let's see. Double check it.
They actually, I think, had a trailer drop out.
Season
Love,
1 was
Robots,
amazing. I think there was only one episode I didn't like.
It wasn't the one with the fist fighting and the creature trapped within the cage, was it? 'Cause I'm trying to remember the one.
No, that was actually really fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. There was one of them I just was like, I could live without. There was part of it though. Oh, it was the one with the cats. I thought it was good. I mean, it was entertaining. It had some good laughs, but I didn't think it was that interesting a story.
I'm getting that confused because I'm thinking it's the cat one from Black Mirror where they had what's the Wrecking Ball's name? That song Wrecking Ball. That was naked.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus. That's
yeah.
Black
that was
Mirror. I was getting confused.
It was an iffy episode. I was kind of like, meh. I think the Black Museum one was like one of the best I'd seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hated the episode premiere, the Star Trek one.
Oh, the
yeah.
bitch ass
One,
captain.
yeah.
He kept. Oh, yeah.
Because they made the victim the bad guy.
Yeah.
Somehow, in their logic, the victim is the bad guy.
Oh, you mean the old Max Landis Chronicle take on on storytelling?
Just so fucking stupid. It's like, first of all, these avatars, they're not alive. If they are sentient, sure, I feel bad for them. But the fact is they act like he victimized the actual people by doing what he did. And he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
He created computer-generated avatars based off of their DNA so he can interact with them and do whatever the fucking weird shit he did to deal with his own fucking feelings of lacking any power as a victim of being bullied.
Well, he was technically a bully and was kind of messed up at the same time. But all in all, if we take away a couple of those episodes, I think the second season was it the third or the second season of Black Mirror?
That was the opening of season 3, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the one where the overall ending message of it is that a person could take away it's justifiable to mock and bully a person of that nature because secretly in their private lives they're doing something sicker than you could ever imagine type of thing.
Mm.
Also, I want to point out the subtle message in there was that original series Star Trek, bad. J.J. Abrams' Star Trek, good.
Who's J.J.?
Because at the end of the episode, the characters transition to a J.J. type Star Trek universe.
Yeah. They go back to the original program because the mod that the guy wrote to make it like traditional Star Trek was deleted.
Yeah, I hated that whole episode, and I like Hillbilly Matt Damon. He's a good actor.
He is Hillbilly Matt Damon.
Yeah.
But I gotta say one thing though, like I agree with this. Like when I saw the first season of this, I was kind of iffy till people started talking about it, and I gave it a chance, and I just flew under my radar. The whole trailer flew under my radar. As a heads up, though, Valiant Renegade might pop in a little bit later as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's a good dude. We just did our premiere today of his interview. I'm just gonna grip money off him. But have you seen the trailer yet? The 2-minute one?
No. I think I've only seen one
yet.
of the episodes of Love.
I tend to avoid
robots.
them for shows like this because they can give too much away.
So don't show it.
No, if you want to show it, go ahead.
Do you want me to leave? Do you want me to just leave the black
I'll
screen
cast
with
my eyes
with
away. I'll cast my eyes away.
I
Go
have the
ahead.
same glove for masturbating, Gary. I'm surprised you have one.
Yes, I am.
But mine comes in men.
Keeps my pinky clean.
For the shocker. Here we go. I'm gonna play the. Yeah. We'll pause it every little bit though. Oh my God! It's my Superman picture. What the hell?
With a little bit of Mass Effect CGI there.
Dude.
Yeah, it looks.
It's literally.
I like that
Superman.
each episode is animated differently because sometimes the animation works, sometimes it doesn't.
That is
Look at
true.
it.
The animation is really up and down in the show.
Superman though. Look at my logo, my avatar. Look at that.
It is really similar, yeah.
Holy shit! That is creepy.
It also looks like Dougray Scott.
I am not familiar with Dougray Scott, and I feel bad.
What the fuck?
What?
How are you not familiar? Did you not see Mission Impossible 2?
Oh shit! Yes. Okay. I'm not good with names. I'm going to be honest. I'm not good with names. So
Okay,
please.
that's all right.
Mhm.
Well,
I'm
that's
better with
okay,
faces than
Frank.
names.
We're all right with that.
That's very well, Keith. But yeah, hold it against me. Why would I bullshit if I don't know? That sort of gives me also reminds
Hey,
me
if
like
I told
just
you you had a fat body, would you hold it against me?
only if you put your tits away from me. But honestly, I'm getting like also has like the feel of remember the spirits within the Final Fantasy film that came out that was supposed to be Final Fantasy, but it wasn't.
It was
Final
terrible. Yeah. it
Oh,
was terrible.
Final Fantasy name only.
With the
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin character who looked like Ben Affleck.
Yeah, the
Fantasy.
spirit.
Man.
What is it like? Spirit within or something?
Yeah, spirits within.
Yeah. Fuck's sake, that was so fucking terrible, dude. That's not
Yeah.
Final
This
Fantasy.
will be the
dude.
greatest Final Fantasy movie. They were bragging about it, and then I watched it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like,
You see
this
what's
is shit.
but what story? Like, when the fuck did Final Fantasy become like the modern normal world in the sci-fi world? And no, it's not a Final Fantasy movie. It's just a bad CGI action movie.
do you guys remember though when the Final Fantasy VII game for like PlayStation came out and they had like the trailers for the game and you felt like they were teasing with a real life movie coming because they just showed the clips, and then
Yeah.
we got the Spirits Within, and the Spirits Within looked beautiful, but at the same time I was like, I haven't seen one black mage, one time wizard, I haven't seen Locke, I haven't seen Cloud, I haven't seen shit in here yet.
No, it's just characters we don't know about, and it's with a lot of guns instead of swords and
Yeah.
fantasy.
And one of the things you see here, like on this, what you're holding here, on the
Yeah.
paws, like where they do the glass effect, it looks really good on the eye. Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is when you're doing skin
Yeah.
is semi-translucent,
And porous.
and light goes through it. And what you're seeing is the plastic effect here on the skin, where you don't see the light coming through the skin. Instead, you see it laying on the skin. And that's why it looks fake.
Yeah.
I like the eyes though. The eyes look very
Yeah,
well
The
done.
eyes are
really
the most
well.
realistic part.
Look at that. That looks like little blue oceans and black holes. I love it.
Yeah.
But there's no pores on her either, really. I don't know if it's just because of the trailer quality itself, but there's like, it looks
I
like
think
it's,
that's the compression, because you can see some modeling for what's supposed to be skin pores. And I think it's the compression. But the first thing that you notice because like, you've heard of the Uncanny Valley, right?
Yeah.
Well, I know you have, Script Doctor, but I don't know if the other guys have.
I actually have not, but if he's
The
talking Final
Uncanny
Fantasy-
Valley is it's that area that exists between something not real to it trying to achieve life. And your eye is automatically trained to kind of look for that. And the Uncanny Valley is where it transitions from automaton to trying to imitate life, like a robot or a cyborg, replicants, what have you. And the Uncanny Valley, help me out here, Script Doctor. 'cause
The
I think
Uncanny Valley does everything in its power to convince you it's real, but your brain knows it
the
isn't.
brain knows it's not. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
like my ass right here. My ass is not real, just like
And it's so
Superman.
like the minute you look at the skin, those eyes look so perfect, but the skin tells you that's not real. I know I'm looking at
Yeah.
CG.
Is that what she mean? Is that what you mean?
Pareidolia?
Pareidolia?
Yes, that's what the Uncanny Valley is. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that. I didn't even know that word. So yeah, but
Thank you, Kate.
yeah, Kate, you're awesome.
You feel something.
Okay, that's very like Fifth Element, but like apocalyptic. That's cool.
Yeah.
Don't you?
What the? Okay, now I'm beginning to. That feels like Final Fantasy Kaiju shit. I'm gonna
Is that
really
like
Final
a
Fantasy.
whale turtle thing?
It looks like a
If
whale because you
you-
got right there. You got the fins, like the humpback. I
Yeah.
guess it would be.
Yeah.
And then you got the fins, and then
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Pokemon at the same time.
yeah, but yeah, you see how it has the whale here, right? But this looks like
Yeah.
it had a Godzilla from like the old animation.
That's
old,
pretty crazy looking. I like it though.
Yeah, it's like they look. It's like they took the eyes out of the Matrix, though. That's so sick.
Yeah.
It's like a
Oh, shit.
Whoa,
That's
shit,
cool.
that is huge.
That is kind of cool.
I'm gonna
man.
get rid of the captions quickly, but look at that. Holy, okay, they went all out this time. Because it's what they get different. What different is it? Different studios or different writers as well as studios to do each type of animation for each short story.
Every story is just different people, I think, if I don't remember wrong. It's different people every time in every story. So
yeah. But I have to quickly, Cam, thank you. But you did a lot of work hooking her up with that Louisiana outreach place, so you did just as well. And Purple was the one who got us on and got us shared out more. You guys were great this morning. Thank you. And she thanks you guys, all of you who have helped her out.
And it's mostly a different studio sometimes in every episode. Well, I'm looking at it right now. Some episodes are with the same studio, but it's like a lot of them are different studios in every episode.
Kind of dog.
And now we got your Incredibles style right here.
Yeah, that's I kind of like this because it makes you feel like you're watching an animated film. Makes you feel like you're watching an animated film.
Yeah, Pixar pre-Disney. That's what gives me the feel of right
Opens up
Yeah.
Those kids got some teacup ears, my friend.
now. Hey, I used to have teacup ears.
I figure it leads to some other
No way. Okay.
trapped inside our own.
Beautiful years, man.
Ooh,
Oh,
hints
Blade
of
Runner.
Blade Runner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Blade Runner crossed almost with the BioShock Infinite. Remember they had the city in the clouds? We get to see that too.
BioShock was inspired by Blade Runner.
It was?
Oh,
The
yeah.
Underground Way? Okay, I didn't know that.
All of it. Sorry, I think Keith just messaged me. I'm going to go check, see what he wants. Keep going.
All right.
Why give all this up?
Okay, now
Keith will be joining us in a few minutes.
Look,
Awesome.
other alternative crop
Cool, man.
circles.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
really cool, though. I kind of,
Yeah.
this reminds me of some of
Jetsons.
the early concept art from, Disney as far as what the future would look like, and you would see little circular areas like
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Yeah, you get that.
Designs
There's
back
also
in
the Venus Project has designs of that nature.
Yep.
I remember so many people trying to set up tours for that, and it's like it's not built anywhere near built.
That is so cool looking.
I honestly, I'm getting World of Tomorrow at the same. I have a weird feeling that when
Yeah,
we're gonna see
Disney's
this-
World of Tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting a feeling though, like the crop circles that you guys were mentioned, that these actually will probably rise up, and I think they actually hold something else underneath. I think these are actually silos of like civilization in a weird way.
Cool, could be. Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that Kate's more talkative in chat than she is on a show?
And she's calling you lots of pulp, Gary. I think you win. But yeah, I love having her talk in the chat. Atlantean, I see you as well, sir. Hello. I've indoctrinated him into Fortnite, which is fantastic. But I want to see more of this. Like, I'm actually excited. I think this comes out May 12th, I think, right?
Why?
Look at that.
Oh,
She's breastfeeding.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they got. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm getting more." That looks. Whoa! Wait.
That looks
Please tell. Like
creepy.
Chucky. That looks like goddamn.
She
Chucky.
looks creepy. Like I don't
That
know.
is
There's something
definitely
creepy about
Chuck is
that
cute.
kid.
The eyes are a little bit
He's
too
creepy.
big for
He's
the
creepy.
face.
Chuck is cute, man.
Kate says no. That is definitely the female version of Chucky.
Yeah, that's creepy looking.
It looks like
It'd
a
be
new
more
version.
creepy if it's
the
voiced by
reboot
Jennifer
version.
Tilly.
Next time I'm taking the whole breast.
That reminded me so much of the remake of Chucky. That was really terrible.
Oh, terrible. I couldn't even watch it.
Never
I
watched
the
it.
trailer and it was
I've been
like, no
alive.
thanks.
Be happy you didn't.
200.
Yeah, I put it in the same
Ooh,
category.
wow,
as
look at
Rise of
this.
Skywalker. Look at the hair.
Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that. Now,
that
look
is
at
the details. That is better.
look at the
detail.
pores. Oh wow.
The
Keep
beard and everything.
I want to see how they handle the
15
light.
years.
Yeah,
Look at the
this
freckles.
is
Look,
a
look
much
at that.
more realistic
That
skin.
is amazing, man.
Looks like there was. Do you think it was motion capture with layers of CG over top? That's the way it's beginning. Look at the
Well,
eyes.
that's how they
look
do
at,
it,
Look
yeah.
at the reflection in the eyes too. Look at this. These are much better than the other one. The other
They
person.
digitally create adipose tissue that allows light to go through it, and it's amazing when you see some of these high-end animated, very human-looking creations they do.
Kate, if that looks like you might want to say about suing them for copyright. Okay, well there you go with your whole like, what was it? The crop circle feel.
You've seen too much.
Wait, they won Emmys? I must have missed that too.
Well, who hosted the Emmys last year? I can't remember.
There must have been no one we cared about.
Then that's probably why nobody.
See, I don't watch award ceremonies. I think they're bullshit.
They are. They're basically office parties.
I cannot better time. I am clipping this later. This cannot, she literally
Jesus Christ.
said, I don't
What
watch
the
it.
fuck?
It's bullshit. And then shit drops from the sky. Gary, but that could not be better. Fucking
It goes right along with what we were just saying. It was perfect.
That ain't no snack pack. Oh my god. Oh, dude, that is so good. What?
That is.
That is
Oh
so-
my god.
Wow. Okay, that feels like they're kind of like we're on Alien now. This feels like very
Yeah.
Carpenterish with the
Well,
ship
there was
design.
a military one about a possessed or haunted ship in the previous season where the girl had some sort of connection with the ship. There's what is that called? Symbiotically connected. And that reminds me of the ship from that. So I'm wondering if they're continuing any stories.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. The one that she got the reject ship that no one else won.
Yeah.
It was very beat down,
Mm.
but it was also the only ship that survived the actual.
Yeah, I
initial
just got
conflict.
goosebumps talking about it.
Yeah,
It was one of the best ones last season.
What the? Okay, well, if Apollo ever needs to see feet, Apollo Patriot, you're definitely in luck.
That's a
Man.
big foot.
You got toe.
It's Bigfoot.
Definitely is Bigfoot.
That is some OnlyFans stuff, man.
How do you know this, Jason?
Direct and write this one.
How I know this?
Yeah,
You can bet, man.
to be continued. Whoa, what was that? Hold on.
That was the foot
Right.
again.
In between.
Oh, some sort of mud creature
Oh.
with a machine gun.
Damn.
Kind of reminded me a little bit of the original concept of Han Solo in the Star Wars.
Yep.
That they made comics of.
It
Kinda
also
reminded
could
me a
be.
little bit
This
It could also
swamp
be
thing,
like
yeah,
a parody. This could also be attached to the one we were talking about with the military ship and it crashing. This could be some type of play that is now going to go into an enemy mine kind of feel. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
When they're on the enemy planet, it's one alien. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Gary, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
That
that
is
was a-
definitely. What's his name? Adrian Brody's nose.
Yeah, that is Adrian Brody's nose.
That's definitely Adrian Brody's nose. Hey, Sub, how you doing?
What's up, Sub?
Hey,
Where
Sub.
are you? I think are you in Chicago or did you leave now, Sub? Oh, okay. Well, they didn't show any of that, but that looks sick. That reminds me of Matrix. What was it? The Animatrix.
Yeah,
Anime-
the
oh, yeah.
Animatrix, yeah.
And I think where this anthology has probably been inspired by because the Animatrix is one thing if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Oh,
gotta
I
watch
love it. I love it, dude.
Junkie XL put some amazing tracks for that, and I would never ever complain about the Animatrix.
That reminds me of some Disney shit.
Whoa!
Oh, that was some Mortal Kombat stuff, man.
Finish him! That's a robot. That's
Yeah.
definitely a robot or cybernetic arm. Holy! Look at that! They got the blood splatter and everything. Oh, I'm already getting excited for this.
I'm hyped for that episode. Oh, is that that
Mass Effect.
Definitely Mass
actor.
Effect.
Michael oh,
Michael
what's
B.
his name?
Jordan.
Yeah. Isn't that him?
Yeah, I want to do a gag episode where we talk about how Hollywood is casting Michael B. Jordan in every role, including as the women.
Dude, that
So
is
they're going to do
smart.
like Eddie Murphy and the Clumps.
Now, as Supergirl, Michael B. Jordan.
Who there said my name?
Well, with that
He's being cast
reface
in
app, you can
everything.
actually do that. With the reface app, you can do that. You just grab his face and put him on all these other characters. And
I just think it'd be funny as hell. It's like just mock Hollywood for how they throw people at us. I like Michael
it's
B.
not even
Jordan.
really
The
just
fucking guy's
Hollywood.
cool,
it's
but
that, it's that
it's
team
like-
of
Yeah,
casting
it was
directors.
Superman. It's
It
like,
was
come
him,
on,
yeah.
man. He is
I-
a terrible actor for Superman.
I hate to apologize, but this lens flare was brought to you by J.J. Abrams. All I know is that.
Gee, yeah, I know.
Wait, someone just popped in. Oh, I think, okay. And welcome, Kate. Hi, Kate.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Wait,
what do you think?
Can you be in the chat and on the show?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
I can.
Just clone herself.
Because that's how the internet works, for sure.
Yes.
Now I'm concerned about this whole Uncanny Valley thing again.
Oh. Okay. I'm trying to figure out. Does this look like explosions, or is this coming out of Andromeda? You remember the world?
It looks like underwater explosions.
Yeah, but they have the pylons here.
Yeah, there's that creepy kid again.
There's someone else in the back.
Just like me.
Oh, good. We finally have a black person.
No, wait. We have a redhead now. We got to get rid of the black person.
No. But,
yeah,
oh man.
You can have one or the other. You can't have both. Disney told us that.
That's not true.
Disney said that.
Disney is
Actually, that was
part of the stereotype.
that was
that is true.
That was Perlmutter that set that one up.
Before we go back into this, Keith, welcome. Kate, waking, welcome, Mountain Brain. But, I wanted to introduce you guys to Jace 540. I don't know if you've seen him around on Echo Base and Snap Crew, but this is probably the first time for him meeting Pop Culture Minefield. So,
no,
it's not actually.
It's our third time. This is our third time.
Yeah, it's our third time.
So you're cheating
also,
on us. I get it.
I was also on Cardinal Sin and stuff. So. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not doing introductions. And hello, Josiah. I see you.
That kid is creepy looking. I hope she shoots it.
Go totally Anakin on that kid.
So there's some kind of undead shit with the train. Looks like.
The
unofficial
sequel to what was that?
The creepy
What in the living fuck?
I'm out. A real form.
Shit.
That's an interesting place to put a pair of hands.
If that thing ever asks me if I need a hand, I'm saying fucking no.
It must be easy for it to floss.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. And now we're full panel. We definitely have the man that owes me a shit ton of money. Valiant Renegade is entered.
Yeah. Where's your $500?
Hey, Renegade, man.
Good
to see you again.
I thought Tom owed you 500.
No, I know. I'll pass it around.
Everybody owes Steven money.
Oh yeah, but Valiant, thank you for first time coming on. We're going over the 2-minute trailer for Love and Death and Robots right now.
Yeah, I was driving home. I kind of had it on in the car. I was listening to it, and I glanced over and I'm like, "Oh Lord, what am I about to walk into?" Steven's having a foot fetish.
No. I'm not
he does. He does.
I don't have a foot fetish. No.
I just glanced at the phone and I saw a huge foot. I'm like, what?
I don't know your shit.
It's not
Fat Steven Tarantino.
Fat Tarantino. Wait.
Fat Steven Tarantino.
This looks like a testicle with legs. If you look out, it's so weird.
With hands, yeah, on the tip.
It's so bad. It looks horrible. Kate, that sounds exactly what like a clone would say. Okay, we're going into conspiracy theory now. But yeah, I'm happy you guys all made it. Oh, Calvin and Hobbes.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Oh, okay.
But look, they put some care into this, man. Oh, who's the guy who goes, "That's funny, Mark," but
Tommy White.
Tommy Wiseau?
Yeah.
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. I love that movie, dude. On 540 Gaming, my friend Adrian played that fan game of The Room. So in the end, it's that when he kills himself, he comes up to heaven, and they are all aliens. Not Tommy Wiseau, yeah.
But Keith, you guys both missed the funniest part. Literally, you hear we paused it, And Gary goes, "That looks like shit." And then, literally, as we press play, a turd fell in front of us on the screen.
That was so good,
No
dude.
I
fucking
did see
joke.
that as I was pulling up to the house.
Dude, it was priceless clip. I'm going to use that. It was so good. Ah,
It was so good, mate.
Oh, I recognize
That's a
somebody
better
there.
eye. Yeah.
That's
Which one?
yeah.
Yeah, look at the skin on that one.
that's definitely.
I was confused. Is it CGI or you had some anime shots in there looking stuff too? Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with
Each
this.
episode is animated differently, with a different style. Some more traditional, some very cartoonish, some very
Ruby Rose?
realistically.
Okay. And ladies and gentlemen,
that is so,
there is
Tommy White,
Cat
too.
Stevens' next icon.
You know,
That kind of reminds me of the Gorillas.
It does. It looks like
Yeah.
it really does.
Go ahead.
This
Keith.
show is the natural successor to Metal Hurlet, aka Heavy Metal.
Yep.
And
It is like
This is-
metal. It is like heavy metal done correctly.
well,
As
that's
you
what
know,
the show was born out of. It was supposed to be
But there's no
another
rules for
attempt to bring heavy metal back, and it turned into this.
I heard about that.
But that's weird. Do you think so? Does it just come from the heavy metal inspiration? So there's no animatrix at all attachment the way they do some of their stuff.
Well, it was meant to be, several stories, like an issue of Metal Hurlet. I mean, Heavy Metal, and it was an attempt to actually try to bring what an actual issue of Heavy Metal was like, and it turned into this.
Is that Colonel Mustard riding a goldfish?
Yeah, looks like it.
Colonel Mustard?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's
Colonel Custard.
Who
would be-
cares? Ryan Johnson now works for Netflix. It's going to happen.
Right.
Or General Custer, I think it was. He wasn't. A
I
colonel.
know, but I prefer Colonel. Yeah, well, Colonel Mustard sounds funnier. I don't know.
The Colonel Mustard thing was funnier.
I mean, it's like a bondage goldfish too. What the hell's in its tongue? Wow, that's weird.
It's got some sort of thing going into its eyeball, like
It-
a zombie fish.
That is some
I
hardcore
suppose you
BDSM on a
expect
fish,
me
man.
to talk.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Oh,
Cool.
Okay, then.
case only a mother could kill.
That's not an X-rated thing I need to see.
They're gonna make out, aren't they?
Oh my
Right.
god, this is
That
like
is-
sci-fi horror
Beat it.
porn.
Oh,
That is what
my
Love, Death, and
God.
Robots
It's
is.
some
right?
BDSM, man.
It's gonna be vampire pornography.
So why is Keith really good at more better at selling
Mo
these
better.
things?
Well, it's probably
Selling
better
these
than
things
Twilight
to me-
anyway.
No, okay, sure. I have no idea what you're talking about. Why is Keith better at selling these things to me than the actual advertisements?
Because it comes better from a black man.
Street cred.
And that's a
Totally
T-shirt,
street
everybody.
There's your next T-shirt. It comes better from a black man.
That'll be on all my business cards now.
Yeah, Keith, pop culture minefield. It comes better from me. I'm black.
And of course, you need to have that made for toddlers and small babies,
Oh my
Put on
god.
onesies, yeah.
right?
Right.
The bunny slippers.
They actually look like the Incredibles kids.
They do.
They really do.
Yeah, they do a little bit.
It's very Christmas oriented. You can tell, especially with the way they have everything set up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
And
guys
the
have
bunny slippers.
Christmas in Canada?
Yeah, we also have two middle fingers. You son of a bitch.
Kidding? It's Christmas. 45%.
Oh, I'm
of the,
sorry. I keep
winter.
thinking you
I'm
guys
sorry.
are like communist and don't.
I'm sorry, Diane. I didn't see the little one back there. I'm so sorry.
No, but your Chucky one, that literally does look like me when I was a little kid. Bob and all. That's
Really?
funny. Yeah.
Wow.
I
Did your parents hate you?
no. Why would they hate me?
Why would they put you with a bob? Like,
A bob haircut? Because it was the 90s and that was a thing you did. My brother had a mullet.
I'm sorry.
in the 90s?
In the 90s? Yeah. I mean, it was
When
like
I-
early
when I-
90s.
When I was
Earlier.
a kid, I normally,
I
normally
What year
always had a
were
mohawk.
you born, Kate?
That's rude.
No.
I normally had a mohawk, but Dad made them mohawks on me a lot.
May 14th. I was off by 2 days. And Volume 3 is in 2022.
2022, so we have to wait to next year then.
That's it for
Sounds
now.
like they're trying to really just end it because, I mean, are we still doing that whole 3 seasons and out at Netflix still? I mean,
Well,
Netflix, I think, will never change in that department because what they want is that syndication. They want the syndication and move on. Syndication and move on. And 3 seasons is a solid syndication.
Almost. I mean, technically it's
been-
100 episodes for syndication, but they don't do that.
Well,
The
the,
other
the
two is
British have infiltrated our TV planning with their 7 to 13 episodes. I mean, when TV started in the United States in particular, it was 32 episodes a year.
Yep.
And it worked its way down to 24.
24
then
for a while, then 22.
And then all of a sudden, over the last 20 years, it's been dropping down to, 7 to 13, and it's like, the British have gotten work over here.
Well,
And
there's 2 reasons why that is. The first reason is that back in the original days, it was 1 episode per work week, and you had the 2-month vacation, so to speak, type of deal. And that's why it was around 30 plus episodes a season.
Yep.
Then as generations...
Just to clear it,
Hey,
they
Zach.
would do reruns
Yeah.
during those the off season.
Yeah, and the reruns were a relatively new thing. They didn't occur until like the late 50s. Beforehand, it was all basically either it was like not so much a live show, but they'd film a show, then they'd put it on a projector, and then have the live feed play it out on television. And then there were some other shows that were actually shot live. But with every generation of writers and producers, the quality of work kind of shifts from one aspect to another, and therefore you get less content. So in the 80s, you had around an average of 23 to 24 episodes. By the late 90s, it started to be 22-ish, 21. Now it's about 20 or so on your standard hour dramas and your sitcoms, but it's gearing way towards the shorter seasons because that's how much money they're able to get out of studios that want to actually co-finance these shows. But the other reason for Netflix, the reason why it's a 3 season and they're canceled, is because they use a binge model to broadcast, but they use a network model to get ratings, and those 2 don't reconcile. So because they're using a network model on to collect ratings on binging, the show ends up failing by the 3rd season. That justifies for cancellation, which is because they basically say we look at every show just like a network does. But the thing is, by the 3rd season, if it doesn't hit certain numbers, then they cancel it. But for a network show, the reason it hits the numbers and gets renewed is because you've built up an audience and it's a week-by-week basis. You're getting refresh of numbers. For Netflix, it's like they see a giant drop-off within, I think, 14 days after it's dropped because everybody's seen it again. And so what ends up happening is once you get to that 3rd season, the drop-off is far quicker because you don't hold on the audience long enough to remember to tune in to watch the show unless it's really, really good, like Stranger Things, or for some strange reason, Orange is the New Black, which I think got 7 seasons out of that or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, like they have they don't understand how to reconcile their stuff because there's some great shows that if it was dropped weekly, they would be the talk of the town to this day.
Script,
but they're
can I
canceled.
ask you a question on that you just mentioned? Because I have been wondering this for a while. Why is it that Netflix has not moved over to that weekly drop like a traditional show? Like we see Disney Plus doing it. We see Apple TV is doing it. They figured
I can
out
answer that.
They have in
Amazon
other markets,
Prime.
just not. They just don't do it in English speaking markets for some reason.
Yeah, no, are you having fun?
Well, that's how Netflix started. Netflix,
just
when they
moving
started,
everyone?
was originally weekly, but then they were the ones that invented the whole binge model, and that became a part of their identity. Kind of like Happy Meals with McDonald's.
It's their brand.
And
Yeah,
so-
they're not going to break it.
Yeah,
Although you've seen
Well,
them
but
try
let me-
to recently with certain shows, they started doing the weekly thing with them.
Yeah, like
Have they? Okay,
Snowpiercer.
I hadn't seen that because, and I bring it up just because y'all, since Script, you were talking about that, and obviously you have vastly more knowledge than I do, and probably most people on this panel because you've been around this so long as a no, but just I'm curious because Netflix just had all their quarterly numbers come out. And, when I look through it, I'm a financial minded guy. They seem like they're kind of reaching a plateau in subscribers. They had a good earnings report, but their new subscribers coming in was half of what the analyst expectations were. And I'm wondering now, as they plateau, do you think that they will alter their mindset across the board to try to hold? I mean, they're over 200 million subs now. Are they going to change that model to try to hold those subs more regularly, as opposed to the sign on for a couple of months, binge it, dump it? I'm just curious what your thoughts on that are.
That's a great question. That's one that a lot of us on the writing side of things have always had concern, because the binge model for Netflix actually limits the amount of weeks that we as screenwriters work. Because what it ends up happening is that if you're assigned for 13 episodes, you work on those 13 episodes before you even go towards production. So you get your writing out of the way within the first 6 weeks, and then you start production, and only on the episodes that you were assigned for do you go on set, get paid, and oversee the actual production. So you end up cutting down your entire work year that you would be expecting to be, around 8 to 9 months.
Well, I see it as a very negative thing for writers in particular.
Oh, it's one of the issues that we had the weird strike and firing of agents and stuff going on. But for Netflix, they actually shot themselves in the foot because their entire model is based on getting as many people as possible, as quickly as possible, and holding on to them. Whereas right now, I think it's Peacock, NBC, and Universal's streaming platform that's actually got the best model right now, because they're not getting an instant flash in the pan type of subscriber count. They're getting a slow and steady growth rate, which means that they'll never plateau so long as they're producing decent content and releasing it in the current model that they're doing with the 3-tier system and advertisements. Because what ends up happening is you get what's called the generation gaps and the generation bursts. So if you get 200 million subscribers within the first 10 years, you've pretty much tapped out your customer base until their kids come of age when they get jobs, and then they want to go off and do their own and get their own subscription. So you're going to end up plateauing rather quickly, and you're going to have a bunch of all your graphs are just going to look like staircases, and that's not going to be good for the times in between where they plateau, as you mentioned.
And I want to point out, though, that Keith pretty much said what you were talking about 2 years ago, that Peacock had one of the smartest business models.
Yeah, it's streaming. One of the ones that I was, when they first
remember that, Keith?
Universal, I was like, yep, that's the way to do it, because you have your free subscription with ads to get people hooked.
Exactly.
You then have your second tier, which is basically like, you don't get as many ads, but you can't get any their special features or stuff until a month after it's dropped. And then you got your premium where everything comes out perfect. So they're always going to get a customer base. And on top of that, they're always generating revenue, even for people that aren't subscribed, because the advertisers are paying for the stuff. So it is the best model you can have. And on top of that, too, they bounce them back and forth with some of their shows. Some of their stuff they'll drop as a whole. One, I think one of their TV shows they did last year, they dropped the entire season on the first week, and then the rest of their stuff they're doing we'll do 3 episodes a week for 4 weeks type of deal, and they're just trying to make sure that it's got a rounded amount of content, but also they have a better library and catalog of stuff that they can actually
it's got a
keep
great
exclusive.
I love Peacock.
And I think they're getting The Office pretty soon, too, because...
they pulled it from Netflix, and that was what I was reading, is that it's going to Peacock. And
that's going to make them last for 10 years easy.
Also,
go back over it, Keith.
In Norway, we don't have a Peacock. We don't have...
VPN. Just VPN, Jace. Get a VPN.
Dude, I'm a pirate, so I don't care about VPNs, dude, that much. I'm an official pirate.
Before we go, I know Valiant mentioned something about Final Fantasy VII, so I don't know if you've seen this article yet.
Oh yeah,
Valiant.
I've heard about it.
Yeah,
If it's the extended one, it's okay.
Yeah, it's been. I'll be honest. It's been a long time since I watched that Final Fantasy VII. I heard y'all talking about the other Final Fantasy VII that I will not mention again.
Oh, Spirits Within?
It's like Rocky V. It doesn't exist. Okay, so
street fights.
Noah, you gotta have a street fight.
God,
Alec Baldwin. I forgot.
I love
Alec
Rock. I
Baldwin's in
love
it.
all the Rocky movies except that one. Let me just put it that way. But no, I did see something about this. Now I'll say this. This is the tech nerd side of me. The remaster, as far as I'm concerned, if it's going to 4K, because what you got to understand about these things, the problem is that, this movie was done, obviously, it was all animated. It was digital. It was, God, when did this movie come out? It's got to have been 15 years, 10
Something
years?
like that, yeah.
Something like
a
that.
long time ago.
So, yeah. So, like, for example, and I know Tom loves to talk about this on Midnight's Edge. He and I are on the same page with this stuff when it comes to where it comes to 4K remasters of stuff. 4K was made perfectly to remaster old film stock shot movies. That is where 4K has really just shined. The problem with today's movies, and especially animated stuff, so the problem with animated stuff like this is that most of it, like even stuff like Endgame, they'll shoot it on an Arri Alexa, or they'll shoot like Guardians of the Galaxy on RED cameras, and they're shot in 6K or whatever, and but when they do the finishing, they're finishing them in 2K DCI, and that's because it affords them the ability to do the post-production VFX and stuff like that more easily than having to render those kind of graphics in the native 4 or 6K before they go to theaters. So I don't know how much of a 4K remaster on a native animation piece like this from 10 years ago or whatever, I don't know how much of an uptick in detail that's really going to deliver. I mean, probably the HDR grading is going to be a nice change. The Blu-ray looks pretty good. I mean, I have a Blu-ray of Kingsglaive, the Final Fantasy 15 movie, which I love. And I mean, I was that was such freaking Sean Bean, Lena Headey. I could go on and on about that. They brought in Game of Thrones to do that movie, for God's sake. It was awesome.
When this movie first dropped, though, like I remember this the first time I got to see an actual Bahamut, and you're like, oh my God.
Like I'm watching the trailer now, and it's not that big of a difference.
Yeah. If you're watching it on YouTube, look, it's not like one of those things to where if you watch 4K through streaming, I'm sorry, it sucks. And one of the examples I always use is like I have a 4K streaming or 4K digital version of The Nun that my Blu-ray, my regular HD Blu-ray, looks way better than the 4K stream, especially in the shadow detail, because it's all crushed on the streaming. So if you're gonna watch Final Fantasy Advent Children 4K, buy the physical medium. I'm just like Tom on that. I have hundreds and hundreds of physical copies of disc, because I mean the streaming stuff is convenient, but it doesn't do what a disc can do. It just can't.
Well, it can't.
The biggest compression is part of the problem too.
Exactly. That's
video on demand compresses.
4K. Actually, the old HD DVD was an uncompressed, was it's an interlaced uncompressed, but it was still half of the actual quality of the image, which is why it didn't take off, and why Blu-ray, which was able to be fully uncompressed, but also had limited storage capacity comparatively because of the technique, took off, because they're basically like, we can run these off faster. And the other part too is like in post-production for compositing and rendering time, unless the models themselves are in the same level of quality of what was shot on film, you're looking at 4 or 5 times the weight for it to render and be exported out. So and because everything's on a budget and in time, your effects get screwed up to the point where if your color timing on your TV is off by just a fraction, you see the complete distinction between the special effect and what was really there.
Yep.
A good example of 4K being amazing but also crappy at the same time for one television series is the X-Files. The final 2 seasons of the X-Files, along with the first X-Files film, looks fantastic.
They went back.
The rest of it looks like crap. Say what?
They went back and did it in 4K?
They do that for the streaming stuff. The streaming version of it, they have not released it physically, and I'm mad about that, because I would love to see it physically.
All they do when they say like with Final Fantasy and this and X-Files, all they do is they do a quick upconvert. It's not like they're going back to original masters and then really. I mean, most of the time they're just doing a cheap, quick, fast upconvert and then just pressing it out. So I mean, all you're doing is upconverting from the same kind of lousy source.
Okay,
because they changed their techniques in filming.
Yeah,
the final 2 seasons of the X-Files look like it was shot yesterday, along with the first movie. All that stuff looks fantastic. All the rest of it looks not so good. I mean, it looks like a high school project shot by a couple of students half the time. It's muddled. It's the colors looked a little washed out. But the final 2 seasons of that show, wow, amazing.
Okay,
I just wish.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. You're making
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Token speak.
Okay, kill Whitey. There you go.
Oh, okay. I love you, Keith. I love you so much.
Eddie Murphy, kill the landlord. Kill the landlord.
CILL. Kill my landlord.
Oh, God. Daryl makes a good point. Daryl the Derelict. Gillian Anderson, poor character.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I can get down with that.
Because
that was one of the best things about Hannibal.
What was that, Keith?
Yeah. I was saying, because they changed how they were working on the X-Files by using early red cameras, that's the reason why the final 2 seasons look the way that it does. I mean, that stuff looks good. Real
I didn't
good.
realize they were doing that on reds in the last 2. That's
early versions of the red camera.
Now, I want to point something out because Keith brought this up, and it's really important to the advent of digital filmmaking that we wouldn't have read today if it weren't for George Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that pushed for the digital camera because not only could you have a little bit more fun with the previs and special effects, you also have a lot faster time of you don't have to actually develop.
Faster turnaround on
faster
filmmaking.
turnaround.
Exactly.
Yeah. You could see
no
waiting
wait
for
the dailies. None of that.
Dailies are real time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You had a lot of television shows that were using video too much, and there started to be this whole thing where certain television shows were being shot on film. The final season, I think, of Magnum PI is all film, which is the reason why it looks amazing. And of course, the whole thing with the X-Files, they ended up doing that major change. Earth's Final Conflict is one of the few 90s shows that looks really, really good because of how they did it. But for the most part, a lot of television shows are just going to look crappy. You know, it's amazing how many TV shows didn't really try anything. So.
No,
it's amazing how many TV shows now are shot in ARRI Alexas. I mean, my God, it's just if you told me 20 years ago that, we would have in 2020, pretty much every major TV show was going to be shot with the same cameras that they used to shoot major Hollywood motion pictures for the theater. I mean, it was unheard of 20 years ago. But yeah, now they're all shooting with $50,000, $60,000 ARRI Alexas, the mini LL. I mean, it's crazy. But
everything looks good.
Now. That's what I'm saying. But that's what they like. They want it to all
Breaking Bad
look
is going to look excellent years from now.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Mm-hmm. They could. I mean, the other part too is like the difference being is in the 80s when they started shooting on tape, they were shooting on Betamax, which is a higher quality of tape compared to VHS. I think VHS was rarely ever used for anything unless it was like a proof of concept pilot at the time, just because like that's all they could have. But the cool part about the beta is that you can rescan that film pretty quickly and get a pretty decent quality print out of that digitally. Mm-hmm. So some of your cheaper television shows back in that time frame, which I think be mostly your sitcoms or whatnot, have a pretty decent remaster for them. So like if they were to do a proper remaster of Cheers, which would only take them maybe a couple of months, it would look like it was shot within the last like 10 years as like a period piece show. Because that's how good the quality of beta was just for like their low millimeter film. But to your point, Vigilante, the amount of upres and the amount of scaling that they can do on set today is
hold on.
You couldn't lead a monkey to a banana raffle. A leader needs funny catchphrases like "take it."
Did you just call Valiant Vigilante?
I can barely. No, is he Valiant or Vigil? I can barely read his name. It's so small.
Yeah, we've been keeping him so small. It's hard to read names here.
How do I make
It's
him bigger?
Valiant. It's
Valiant,
okay, script.
Valiant Renegade, right?
It's
Did I say
Valiant.
Vigilante?
Yeah, Vigilante is another.
The other guy.
Vigilante Williamson. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's all no. Don't worry, script. It's all good.
I just wanted to be
Valiant
difficult.
Renegade. But here's the other part too. So even with guys like Christopher Nolan, who is a big, huge guy that likes to do film, he has an adapter on his camera lens that allows to record digitally, so he can actually rerun the shot instantly. But he usually deletes those things right after and goes to the film print for processing. So he's it's an added expense, but it still allows him to have that faster turnaround because he can replay that shot and be like, okay, so this is how it looks there. I got to get this timing differently. I got to pull focus here. All right. And then they go redo it quicker, and they don't have to worry about waiting that to be print or relying on the crew's memory what they just saw and did. They can be like, no, we can actually make detailed reports on that. So that's kind of like a really useful aspect to it. But the thing that kind of really bugs me is that it's also allowing more of the reliance on post-production to be more on the digital side of things as opposed to practical. So like at the beginning of the stream, there is Steven showed the picture of the Sonic the Hedgehog with the 3 body models that are in there.
Yeah.
There's just like giant toys. They're not just there for eye level. They're also there to capture light and allow for the models to be able to interact with the scenery. So if there is a shadow on there, they have that frame of reference to recreate it. And we were joking earlier, like before they would do those models, it'd just be people in like a motion capture green screen suit or something of that nature. Or they'd have like just an animate object with a broomstick with a couple of tennis balls on it or something. And that's what the actor would talk to. And what you'd end up having in the final product is you'd have something that was completely artificial, and it also felt artificial to the audience watching it, because you could tell, oh, it's completely put in after the fact. The light doesn't reflect off that character the same way it does off the human actor, and there's all these other things. So what ends up happening is that you've got the two arguments where you have the one side, usually the side that worked at ILM under George Lucas, saying we can do 100% digital, and then you have the old school saying, well, you need to have some practical in there because you can't recreate all the little things that allow it to be believable on digital yet. And it's taken about 20 years for them to finally, for the old guard to kind of win and say, yeah, we were right. And so you actually have to have something that's far more accurate to what the final product is going to be than just having a couple of guys in motion capture suits with golf balls or tennis balls or ping pong balls taped to their bodies.
See, now if you said golf balls right now and he was Vigilante Williamson, he'd get really uncomfortable with the Stevie Wonder jokes we've been doing for about 3 months now. So
yeah.
But you guys have all heard of Keanu Reeves' project, right? Berserker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
650,000 copies. What was it?
Yeah.
Jace,
and now they are gonna make a TV movie, and they are also gonna make an anime of it with Keanu Reeves, of course, in the role.
But look who's
Why
doing
not?
it, and it's boom. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I think this is gonna be fantastic.
So I'm pretty hyped for this one. It's gonna be unique.
He won't put woke in it.
That script was rejected for like 2 years, so he turned it into a comic book.
Yep.
Yeah. And now it's getting a movie and anime.
Yeah, that's one of the ways to do it. Yeah.
Well, that's the Dances with Wolves model.
And it's really bloody. The comic is like really bloody too, so it's like really R-rated stuff.
Which order
It's like
will they
John
come out?
Wick. I think it's the movie first, and then the anime.
Okay.
Well, the way they're saying it here is that Netflix is going to be developing not like you said, both the live action as well as a follow-up anime series. So I think the live action will come first. The anime will be a follow-up to whatever happens in that film. That's actually pretty brilliant.
It is.
An 80,000-year-old fight through the ages of an immortal warrior. So it's like Highlander, but he never finds out where he can't get his immortality.
And it's like a more badass version of John Wick if it could be any more awesome.
Go away, Ed! Go away!
I was engaged with that ad. Open it back up.
I wonder
dude.
I wonder if Keanu was really motivated to do this after talking to one of the guys that directed the first John Wick film, who's a big Highlander fan and who's been working on trying to bring that back, because that's still in the pipeline from what I'm hearing.
Well, yeah, I don't think that's going to go away because they desperately want to reboot that Highlander series.
And you guys bringing this up, I want to talk about something because Steven, I think you watched the movie too. Nobody.
Oh, dude, that
Nobody.
That's
on my list, man.
Oh, dude, I watched it today.
I broke down and watched it yesterday, and I laughed my ass off.
Yeah, and Odenkirk
Odenkirk is hilarious, and it's done by the same guy who the first thing he did was that first-person shooter video Russian director cinematographer.
Tamir. Man, I can't pronounce that last guy.
It's a $20 name, and the guy made that video. Wanted. And then he directed that movie with the guy from District 9, where it's all first person. And
that Henry something Haywire Henry.
Haywire Henry or something
that's
like that.
Yeah.
Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore
Henry. Yeah.
The first person version.
So this is his next big movie. And oh my God, it was so freaking enjoyable. Despite some of the logic and story issues, it's so much fun that I said, I took off my I give a fuck hat and threw it and said, fuck it, I'm having too much fun to give a shit. And I just let the movie do what it's going to do. And that bus scene is one of my favorite moments in the history of action cinema. When he tells them, I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
And the bottle, and I think even Steven reacted to that one.
Oh, dude, he was like, I even quoted it on Twitter because it was fantastic. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the scene with Christopher Lloyd with the bad guys coming in the house.
Oh,
and he just blasts them, and just like that guy comes in, like,
hi, Kaylee.
Hi, Kaylee.
Hey,
nice to see you.
Hello, Kaylee.
But that was
the best part is, but he locks in the bus. He pushes the bus driver out. She's not even really arguing. He sees.
He takes her phone too, so she can't call 911.
Mm-hmm.
But that scene though, like where he gets the one guy and then slams the arm against the metal bar, right, and then the bottle back to the face, and then he takes out the handle from the bus itself.
And he didn't do all of his own stunts, but he did a lot of them, and so I was really impressed with Bob Odenkirk.
It was.
I've been a fan of his since the '90s, and this guy is still blowing my mind.
Yeah,
and he's early '60s too. So he's.
They have talked about maybe doing a crossover film with John Wick and Nobody.
They need to do it. I mean, oh my fucking God!
Are you reading the last line of that?
He's completed film information. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's the fourth installment. Well, so here you do. Nobody Knows John Wick. That's the title right there for the crossover.
That's good.
I like if you combine that with if you take the whole Nobody universe and expand it over, you could probably cross it over with the John Wick television series too.
Yeah, that one is. They're still working on that one. So yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Man, I'm excited for Berserker. I really am. There hasn't been much.
Yeah, it's just I keep telling people just relax and wait. Mm-hmm. We will get a lot of non-woke action entertainment, and the tolerance is really on our part for some of the woke ass shit that we have to deal with in the meantime.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the Star Wars anime that's coming. The anime show that's coming.
It's the short story ones, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't get excited about anything Star Wars until I see it.
They're doing this with Marvel too, aren't they? Sorry, Keith, but they're doing this with the What If series for Marvel as well, aren't they? The same type of format.
Yeah,
well, almost the same way with Marvel, by the way.
Yeah, this is going to be more anime with different writers, I think, in different stories. I think that's what I read the last time.
Well, you gotta beware of anything coming out because you never know really what the writers group is going to have their hand in at this point. And they literally are like a virus. All that work that they've been doing, all of the very subversive stuff they've been sticking in the books, bringing back certain authors just to alter certain things they've written for some of the quote unquote new adventures that they're putting out there. When KK goes, it is really going to have to be more like a fumigation.
The thing that I'm reading is that that they're gonna get the world's best Japanese anime creators on board on this show.
I'm pretty sure they will, but I'm just worried about the writing.
Same here.
You can have a look that would just floor everybody, but if the writing is more of this, Lucasfilm Writers Group crap, then I'm done.
I have read the manga Star Wars that came out recently last year or something, and it's not that good. So it's
High Republic
gonna be something similar to that maybe.
Yeah, if Hidalgo's involved or the writing group, it's going to be garbage.
It's more of an infection. It really is. They're going to have to just not really so much weed a lot of this stuff out.
I'm sorry. Does your Star Wars look swollen?
Can somebody mail Disney a case of penicillin?
And we know all about that.
That's Kathleen Kennedy's Star Wars right there.
Yeah, and we all know about that old anime they did for kids, the Star Wars they made for kids when they made Luke look like a trans and all that stuff. And Leia was like the only one that is the strongest in that anime for kids. And they used all the audio from the movies, and they changed it to look like really bad anime, and it was terrible.
We must have masculinized women and effeminate men. That is the good Star Wars. Yeah.
Hey.
Like I say, for a person like me who is, male to female, I feel attacked by Disney when they do stuff like that, dude. I fucking hate it.
Well, nobody wants to be involved in actual tokenism.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, Keith complains about it daily.
And they can't tell that what they're doing to the intelligent people of any subgroup, it's fucking insulting to them. I have a trans child. I have a gay child. And they feel the same way. They reject this thing.
I always felt like this, and I recently came out as trans, and I have always felt like when they do this with characters and movies and stuff, I feel attacked. Like, why the fuck are you gonna tokenize and use us for your own money? Like, we don't want to be.
That's exactly it. They're using you or these subgroups, all these subgroups, to which make up less than 5% of the overall population as a marketing tool.
Yeah, and I remember that.
That's all it is.
Yeah, I remember when they came up with the trans non-binary. I got so fucking pissed. It's like, what the hell is this bullshit? And they look like fucking. They look like they're addicted to drugs and have cancer at the same time. It's like
what they did, Jace, is they shaved the heads off of two twins from the Matrix Reloaded. They gave them lightsabers, and they stood in front of a mirror while they painted artistry picture.
Yeah,
pretty much what they were.
And like I say,
I'm not. As soon as you started saying it, I knew where you were going with that, and I'm sorry, I just started breaking up.
And at the same time, Disney doesn't know, and the writers there don't even know what trans and non-binary is. They don't know the fucking difference. Non-binary means you have no gender. It's like you are basically in the middle, and trans means you're born in the wrong fucking body. It's like, do you know the difference?
So wait, it doesn't actually work. So technically, if they're trans, non-binary, they're literally just describing their sexuality as a fraction.
Doesn't work, dude.
And I know it doesn't work. That's how stupid it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, considered a paradox, a biological paradox.
It's the same way when you got politicians or other types of groups, like you have a message, or even Warhammer, where they're trying to include the disabled community, because nothing feels more safe than having your paladin in a wheelchair fighting heavy space orcs on a battlefield where they're losing 20-1.
Yeah.
Against that wheelchair hero. Let's go.
And I just
Let's go.
this is just something with the Avengers and MCU. I just remembered that you remember the guy who plays Hawkeye. I remember that
Reiner?
and it was like an interview, and some of the people that interviewed him, like not interview but asked him questions. It's like because in the comics, Hawkeye has hearing disability. He hears really bad and have like things in his ears to hear better, and they asked him why doesn't he have that in the movies and show like diversity for people who have hearing aids.
Yeah, you make a good point,
question.
dude. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot they
Keith, go ahead.
could have done with a lot of these films. I mean, they could have having Tony Stark become the really unbalanced, sometimes alcoholic that he is in the comics is very helpful. I mean, to see him wage that battle and how far down the hole he falls of being a major dick, even leading to, spoilers, the death of Captain America, and the reason why it happened that way.
I just wait for it. One day Spider-Man will be transgender. One day.
Well, there's plenty of Spider-Man to pick from, so there probably already is one. I'm not joking. There's plenty to pick from.
They would probably go ahead and just make O'Hara trans.
And I remember that. I remember this when since I'm a big X-Men fan in the comics, and I remember when they made Iceman gay, and I was just like, what the hell is this? It was so fucking terrible. And I remember they came out with a comic, Iceman, like and it was the comic is about how it is to be a superhero and gay at the same time. And I'm just like, dude, we have a lot of gay characters from before, right?
Exactly.
We have North Star, Shatterstar, and for fuck's sake, one of my favorite characters. One of my favorite characters, Daken, the son of Wolverine, right? He's always been bisexual, and nobody have really cared about it. He was just originally bisexual from the start.
Their reasoning, quote unquote, is that no one knows these characters, so they're not going to care. So we have to use the brand name ones to get our point across.
Yeah, and I remember
it is a literal lie.
In the comic, when I read it, it was so fucking stupid too, because Iceman has a boyfriend, and Daken is supposedly back because they destroyed one of my favorite characters to make him look like a K-pop star. Now he has piercings in his ears and stuff, and that doesn't work either because he's healing, and he has his arm back and his eyes, the one eye back, after being decapitated in one of the stories when he came back apparently. So the thing that the boyfriend to Iceman and Daken took him to him and kissed him, and he got horny or something, and then he stabbed him, and then Iceman and Daken is fighting, and at the end of their fight they kissed, and I'm just like, what the hell is this fan fiction porn? Like they are all kissing, and they're like,
well, that's what it's all become. All this stuff right now is nothing more than fan fiction. Whether you're talking what's happened to comics, especially the big two, and or what's happened with Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, it's fan fiction.
Yeah,
all
and
of it.
let's not forget, the hillbilly incest Hulk in the old Man Logan comics.
And you know what? I'm going to point this out, that this all goes back to that stupid Gray book series that became movies, Shades of Grey or whatever the fuck that was.
50 Shades of
50 Shades of Grey, because it was nothing more than Twilight fan fiction.
Yep.
But you said it too. It's fan fiction.
Yeah, and it's like,
it literally was,
all of a sudden, that stupid shit legitimized, for some reason, certain executives that work in Hollywood, fan fiction to be put into IPs. And it's like, well, if it works here, maybe it'll work in Star Trek. Maybe it'll work in Star Wars. Maybe it'll work in whatever the fuck else.
Doctor Who.
Oh, Doctor Who, yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, for fun.
What turned me off for Doctor Who?
Christ on a cracker. They don't know what they're doing.
See, Doctor Who died when Jodie decided to say that one word. I'm an upgrade. I'm like, I'm out. I'm fucking out. I'm out. As soon as I heard that, my head's like, I'm an upgrade. I'm like, you're the reason why the show's gonna fail right there.
What do you guys think is gonna happen when she's out of the TV show now? That woman
They're gonna
who
have a
played
way
Doctor.
to. They're gonna. With her career, you'll probably get
The
closer
show
and
needs to
show.
die again like it did in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then be brought back again by somebody who gives a fuck.
Because I really want to get in to watch that show, but that season with her came out, and I heard all the backlash from my friends who loves Doctor Who, and I'm just like, it's gonna be really hard to like see all the shows now because I know how it's gonna end with news shit.
I will say this: one of the things that I do kind of disagree a little bit with Gary about is I believe that Doctor Who, Star Trek, and Star Wars can be fixed. Okay, Doctor Who, I think, can easily be fixed with just a line, and you can undo a lot of this stuff.
How dare you? How dare you?
Just get
How do you not agree with me?
I know. I tried, but I had to change. I had to come with my own mind. But no, you can fix Doctor Who with a line, but the problem isn't so much what you create. The problem is the BBC right now is still being run by people who are they are worse. Okay, what you see happening with the BBC, that's really what the Lucasfilm Story Group will eventually become if they are allowed to just win everything that they want to do, get everything going the way that they want with anything tied into Lucasfilm. Not just Star Wars, not just Indiana Jones. If they are allowed to run Lucasfilm, what you've seen with the BBC is only the beginning. In order for Doctor Who to truly change, you're going to need to change the BBC, and that's happening. That is happening as we speak. So we might get some meaningful change without having to cancel the series. But
not only that, like
how long?
Well, Keith, you may be able to fix it with one line, but I could fix it in one episode that'd make people still want to watch the Jodie Whittaker seasons. And that's basically what you do is you just turn her into the next biggest threat to the Doctor there has ever been by making her a new character. So you have the Master, you got the Doctor, and then you make Jodie Whittaker the imposter.
The false Doctor, yeah.
No,
you and I talked about this.
Yeah,
you and I talked about this before. Yeah.
She steals lives.
Wait.
She's imprisoned Peter Capaldi's Doctor somewhere or somehow.
With Batwoman.
Sure. And then what you end up doing is you just have the episode where Capaldi escapes, takes back his TARDIS, and casts her out, and at the same time maybe sacrifices himself for a new regeneration. And then you have the ability to bring that imposter character back as another person, because then you never know who they're going to be, and because they're also either like a Time Lord-esque or something like the Master. You now have another threat, a threat that was so detrimental to the Doctor, it nearly convinced the entire universe that he was crazy and nuts for years. And then you have that legacy where you can be like, dude, you got to watch the Jodie Whittaker stuff. It's not really the Doctor this whole time. She's doing all this crazy stuff, saying all these stupid things and messing with time and everything. And the Doctor
mouth breathing everywhere. Her mouth is always open.
I totally agree, Script. In fact, I would combine my idea with yours by just saying, hey, you could say that the Master lied. That was mine. The Master lies like nobody's business.
The Master could be manipulating the imposter.
Wait, that's not even that. We can put it down like this. The whole thing is the whole thing with Jodie, the whole series. Guess what? Everything that she's gone through, she's never even left the TARDIS, and it's actually the Dream Master's been doing everything. And she's been unconscious.
Could be. But the other part too is you have that timeless child episode, right? So she keeps going through the regenerations like hundreds of times. That's why she has no identity. She's been forced into other regenerations.
Yeah, but as much as I love this, I got to point out, this really is a wish in one hand and shit in the other situation.
Pretty much. I don't have another shit emoji at the ready, Gary. I can't drop it again. I can't. But I can do this quickly for you. Where is it?
Captain Murphy.
Hi.
Hi. Now, sir, why do you think I should choose you to father my baby?
Huh?
I love that one. I love that one.
But I gotta quickly do a quick shot before you give your shit. Like, we have Mark D with a C in the chat. We have Ord Sports, Clobbering Times, Kaylee, the CQ, also
Hail
CJ
to all
Jones,
of
the
them.
kind of menace, sub. Yeah, we have a lot of people. Thank you for all showing up and listening to a bunch of grown
Clobbering
people.
comes in and he doesn't say hello to me. What the
Well,
fuck?
Clobbering doesn't like you.
Steven,
No,
I've got
no,
to run.
don't say
Real
that.
quick, I don't want to.
He likes me.
All right, sorry, what was that? You don't like me either, Valiant?
No, I love you, Steven. I just said I had to run. Thanks for having me on. I've got to go pick up one of the kids and get back home. Mary Mayhem invited me on the show tonight, and she'll probably beat me with a wrench if I don't show up on time. So,
well, you could just ask Uber Eats to pick up the kid, and you get a meal at the same time. Make sure the car goes right past. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
It is true. I got a burger on the
It was
way.
really
let me
good to
tell
see
you
you
what,
again, man.
I wish I could send Uber to pick up my kids, but Uber won't do it.
All right. Just drop your
Just
channel
threaten to
link
give
in
them
the-
like 1 star.
Yeah, drop
Oh,
your channel link.
But
in the private
Renegade, it was
chat,
really
and
nice
we'll
to
try
see you
put it
again,
in the
man.
description, bro.
You
It's
too,
always nice to
Jace,
see you.
man. Yes. and
Hey, Valiant,
Good to see you
we're
again.
going to follow you tonight on Twitter.
Yeah, you rock,
I
Valiant.
appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thanks again, Steven. It's great to see you as always, my brother. I got to run. Catch you later.
Take care,
Bye.
Valiant.
Yep.
You owe me money.
Oh, you owe me
Oh
money.
shit, I'm huge. Oh, God. But dude, mailman, hey, welcome. Other than that,
I don't
you guys
think
are
people
right.
like my picture though. If you take me in big, I have this beautiful picture.
Dude, I swear to God, you're gonna give everyone.
Kate's giggling. Jesus.
No.
What
That is his face on Ray's body.
Yeah.
Oh yes, so pretty.
It doesn't
You look
work.
a lot more brave and stunning though.
I'm so pretty.
Oh God.
Stunning and
Soy
brave.
milker.
But yeah, dude, you guys are right. I think Doctor Who does need to die, or they need to twist it in such a way like they're probably going to do with Q and Picard. It needs to get the fuck out. They need to stop touching the original canon and destroying it, trying to make member berries, because they're not making member berries. They're making hernia berries, where you're squeezing
don't
the
have
shit
to-
so hard you want it out of you.
You don't have to do that much with Star Trek. If I were running things just like, hey guys, it's been nice doing this. Hey, guess what? You're in your own universe and timeline. Thank you
They
very
are.
much. Now let's get back to what we've been doing and see what's happening with the Enterprise crew and the rest of the universe after Nemesis.
Hey
Well,
guys,
the thing is,
before
legally,
we go any further,
they
I
are
gotta
different universes.
I gotta skedaddle. I gotta finish some artwork. I'm working on it. Fuck you, Steven. Fuck you so hard.
And they call this scary love.
I love you, Steven. Fuck you.
Such a handsome face.
I do have to get because I'm going to be on Fanzine in about an hour, and I need to get some more artwork done. So I'm working on that movie poster for Gary Jones. And just remember, Keith and I will have Robert Meyer Burnett this Friday. Keith, do me a favor, man. If I don't get a chance, please reach back out to him and remind him he's going to be on our show Friday.
You want to hear something cool too? Tomorrow we're having Jeff World Class Bullshitters on, so we might need an extra mod in the chat for lunch table.
Really?
Yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern, I believe.
I will jump in as a mod. I'll be glad to.
Okay, just don't jump too hard. We want the chat to survive.
Well, if I jump too hard, the whole house shakes. It's terrible.
I've heard stories. Deanna,
You will be canceled.
Deanna has a blog
Twitter at
called
once.
Jump Around with Gary. But thanks, Gary, for
And
coming
just
on.
remember, and this is from the bottom of my heart, I love you, but go fuck yourself.
I go fuck yourself as well.
Chat, see y'all later. Y'all take
Later,
care
brother.
now. Keith, I
See ya,
love you.
mate.
I'll talk to you later. And
Good to see you again.
Kate, it's always wonderful to hear you giggling in the background. Tittering like a little Irish girl.
Well, I am, so there you go.
There you have it. All right.
See you later, man. Nice
Good night,
to meet you.
guys. Jace, it's always nice talking to you. And Steven, you're my brother.
And you're my
Keith,
brother too.
You're my black brother.
Thank you,
Good night.
My
man.
only
Good night, everyone.
Good night, mate.
Gary.
Good night, Gary. You can find him later on Fanzine as well as on Pop Culture Minefield. But now we only have the
We got the talent
storyteller.
from Pop Culture Minefield.
I am not saying that. I would like my channel, but thank you, Script, for filling in the blanks. But you guys are right. Doctor Who is it's. I haven't watched any of the Jodie stuff. I watched that one episode and I was done. I watched a trailer here and there and I was like, no, I can't do this. It's garbage. Garbage.
Just fuck that shit.
It is just way off the rails. But again, it's fixable. Star Trek is fixable. Star Wars, that's the hard one because there's been a lot of money spent. And it's not really going to be easy for even the top brass at Disney, who might even agree that a lot of it's been crap, to want to go, well, we can just pretend it didn't happen. That's not going to happen. So that's the harder fix.
It's going to be a Highlander 2 situation for Disney on that.
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek is a lot easier because technically it's Bad Robot and Secret Hideout that are responsible or kind of co-own what they're doing. Because it is legally separated from the Star Trek we all grew up with. So there's nothing preventing Viacom CBS from actually launching a show within that universe and under that license, except for the fact that Bad Robot and Secret Hideout will throw a hissy fit and maybe throw in some legal issues to say that you can't make anything because we still have the contracts. But as soon as those contracts are done, and they're technically finished last year, and they're just kind of running out the actual production schedule of the stuff that they're doing, there ain't going to be doing any Star Trek after 2023.
Which is sad. You know,
well, I mean, no, Bad Robot Secret Hideout won't be. Paramount could do it, but they're going to take
Paramount could.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really gonna come down to who they're going to put in charge of doing new Trek, and this is the part where you send Keith to the Viacom headquarters, where I and a few other individuals basically hold our own version of a special sort of job interview, and we just put people through the ringer. Look, I would love to run Star Trek for about 2 years. I think I could do a really good job. Of course, I have that whole never having worked in Hollywood thing, so that kind of is a mark.
You need a liaison. I mean, thing is, like, what's funny is that you could drive to their offices. You could drive to the offices faster than I could get there.
No, you got it all wrong. Keith is already black. He has to just identify as a non-binary transgender cactus, and he's fucking set. He's done. He's in. He is.
Yeah,
in.
but
no
you know what? I love my wife, and I love women, and I get
no. You just claim your wife is the opposite, so that you're compatible, and you're still good.
Just pull an Elliot Page. Just pull an Elliot Page. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to shine light on how stupid Hollywood is with their checklists. And if Jason crossed the line at all, my apologies. I'm just trying to make a joke.
You get
it, right?
I joke about trans stuff all the fucking time, dude.
All right, good.
Star Trek is just one
even
of those
though I am
things
trans, I don't get triggered off stuff like that, man.
Cool.
For fuck's
I'm just
sake.
covering my
We can joke
ass.
about mostly everything, dude.
Okay. Go ahead.
I would bring in a all-star group of people to help me restart Star Trek. And my thing would be, there is one person that I think would be very helpful. I don't know if they would help, but I think you could do it if you got around to just asking a lot of famous people who are big Star Trek fans. J. Michael Straczynski is at the top of my list. Okay,
so
he's
Tom
not
Hanks
doing anything right
better.
now.
Tom Hanks would actually be better at that than J. Michael Straczynski.
Well, no, I mean, I would put together a group of people to help me do it. I wouldn't just have one person. I would have J. Michael. I would have Tom Hanks. I would have, I'd have whoever, and I'd put together a group, and we'd just go through and just start working on stuff. But I would only need 2 years to fix it, if even that.
Mark with a D. Mark with a D and a C says, "Get DC Fontana to help."
She passed away.
Yeah, she's gone.
Well, okay.
How do you guys feel about some of the new episodes of Invincible? If you've seen that,
I love it.
I'm digging it.
Nice.
Robert Kirkman strikes again, but Robert Kirkman, if he's successful, is going to be busy for a few years running DC Comics.
Yeah, because that is the rumor that he might buy.
He's gonna buy the he's gonna buy the license to publish DC Comics. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
The thing is, like,
might-
people are saying they're
might
buying
save
DC
the
Comics.
comics.
Like, they're not selling the company. They're selling the ability to publish those characters.
yeah.
Like,
They
that's the
need
one
to.
thing. Warner Brothers is never getting rid of DC publishing. They're
No,
just going to
no.
be outsourcing it essentially.
And again, I think the big story will be if this turns out to be successful for Kirkman, how quickly Disney will follow suit in basically doing the same thing.
Now,
You know,
Well,
I
Yeah.
need to show you guys something. We covered it last night, and when we talk about, I'll bring up the Marvel thing in a bit because I will still want to look at that trailer. But when we talk about the ability to publish DC Comics, that's pretty much what you're saying. Clobber was there last night for Comic Book Roundtable, and I had the pleasure of showing people this. I don't want any more DC Comics looking like this.
No, man,
That's
me neither, dude.
That
like
is
a Joe
Superman.
Swanson Superman.
It's Henry Munster. It's Herman Munster.
Herman Munster.
I got
it
the
is.
name right.
That is
Yeah.
And
Let me
that's
show you. Yeah. And
not
here's the
the,
other
I
option
mean,
cover.
it's
Go ahead, Kate.
funny. Oh, God.
What the
The
hell
last
is
Red and
that?
Blue Superman was also terrible.
What the fuck is that shit?
These are variant covers of the same
That's
comic.
a doodle in a high school notebook.
Is that supposed to be
That's,
Bizarro or
It
something?
gets so much better.
What
Is that
is
supposed to
that,
be
Bizarro?
Bizarro or something? Or what the hell is
Tried.
Hi, Amber. How you doing? But this
Hell,
this
she
is
queen.
DC. Yeah.
What the hell is this?
This is the variant covers for Superman
Yeah.
Red and Blue. Now look at
What-
his legs.
What the
That's
hell is wrong with
not
his
how
legs and his
Those
face?
stumpy legs.
But look at his neck. His neck is a dick.
It is.
You know,
Well,
Why
he's
is he
there
so
are
fucking
artists.
gray?
Sorry,
Like, why
Keith,
the
go
fuck
ahead.
is he so gray?
There
Okay.
are non-professional, non-signed artists online who could do better than everything you've just shown us. But then again, nothing's gonna beat that really awful drawing of Captain Marvel that they had in one of the Marvel comics. That was
Oh.
just
Oh,
so
the one with
But
the
that's
bad.
the funny
the
thing.
Kilowog face.
The
Oh,
thing about
damn, man.
the thing about art as a whole and an industry, people who are good at it will make money on their own, and they don't need to go to places to make money. It's the people
Yeah.
who are not good, were told to go to art school by their parents because they have connections, use those connections to get these jobs, and then that's how they have careers, not because they actually have legs to stand on. And it's sad.
What happened to good, talented drawers? Like the people
Well,
who can draw
most
really.
people who
Chased.
actually have most people who have actual artistic talents just go and do their own things.
Is
and
she
they aren't
the
contracted
Supreme
for
now?
this.
Yeah. They don't.
What?
but
What?
Supreme what?
She's
She's
the
a Sorcerer Supreme.
Okay.
When
why
did this
not?
happen? When the fuck
Okay.
does this happen?
Yesterday,
Oh,
apparently.
I'm sorry. This is Marvel.
Yeah. this is
I'm
Captain
sorry. You
What
didn't get the
the-
memo. It's all jacked up over there. Just
yeah,
like
I know,
you
but
know.
what the fuck, dude?
This is why people are not buying comics. Like even looking at a
Yep.
couple of these covers,
Like,
you can't
are
even,
they
you can't even
trying
pick
to
up the
make her look
cover.
like a Dragon Ball character there?
Yeah.
with the hair?
Which should probably be more entertaining than
Yeah, but
like,
that's
whatever
it.
the fuck they're doing.
Oh,
Exactly, Kate. The
Um,
thing is, we're at the point now where not even the covers can entice you anymore. But I am understanding now why IDW is it IDW or Image that does like 80 for variant covers for one comic. That even the variant covers are more than the actual issues sold because they
IDW
need
Image
it.
Dynamite.
This is why I
Yeah.
stopped buying comics, man.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah,
And,
well, the
and,
thing is,
and again, this will get better once DC Comics, the DC Comics, who's going to actually run it, is figured out. And if Robert Kirkman is the one that wins it, you know what he's going to do is just bring back the quality. Look, I can't really see him trying to run, everything as it was ran before. What I can see him doing is bringing in some names, people who are some of the biggest names out there, some of them probably Marvel people, and in to work with a lot of the DC characters, and probably running maybe 10 titles, maybe 13, but no more than that, and giving you the best of what they got. And the moment that happens, what you're going to see is an uptick. And from that point, Disney's going to look at that and go, all bets are off, and they're going to do the same thing with Marvel. And you're going to see a run on who wants to actually do that for Marvel Comics.
The only thing that Kirkman could do that would actually set him apart from Marvel and a couple of the other guys is if he drops the national restrictions for people who are doing their pitches. So, for instance, Marvel and DC, they will not take any non-U.S. resident pitch for their books. They will go out to other people. They will go out to other countries that make their own name for them. Like that's how Grant Morrison got hooked up. He got popular in the UK, and they went out to him. But the thing is that there's so many writers and artists internationally that could not only do the job, but do the job far cheaper than some of the big names.
Oh yeah,
that would very much help
Oh,
DC
my God,
build a foundation.
yeah.
And right now they can't do that because they have this restriction, which is basically they don't want to deal with international tax laws primarily. That's what it is. And really setting up that wing is cheaper than having to pay some of the top tier artists and writers and comics right now to deliver stories, which are probably going to have a little bit more of a familiarity to method and plot points than something that could be really breathe new life into a series that's been fledgling for the last 25 years.
Now, I want to show Cyclops. I believe this is Cyclops' sister.
No, that is Colossus' sister.
Yeah, that's Colossus.
Well, I mean, Colossus. I can't even say names today because it's Mamlossus.
Yeah, no, Magic is Colossus' sister. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Miss Rasputin.
Yeah, Miss never gonna come back on my screen today. Pretty much. But yeah, it's like these are all points on why people are not buying comics, yet they still blame the fans. They still blame or call names because they don't get it.
Sorry.
You know, if Steve Jeppy ends up winning the right to actually run DC Comics, that's darkness, my friends. I don't see anything good coming from him. You know,
you're going to see a lot of expensive toilet paper.
Oh God,
that girl ate magic. Phantom Menace, you are correct. She was in the way at the buffet, and that's exactly what happened. Thanks. I got the second shot, so my brain isn't working well today. Oh, you're welcome. But let's get into something a little maybe positive outlook. You guys have seen the trailer for Marvel's What If, right?
No, man. I have not.
Yeah, a while back, yeah.
Space.
So you're going to go with this type of animation style.
It's more than.
But yeah, it's what if stories that are kind of different, right?
Yeah, I think that Syria.
And I'm pausing just in case Disney and Marvel want to claim. So
that doesn't sound ominous at all.
Oh, that was not that great of an animation.
Now,
so Black Panther is Iron Man. No,
Star-Lord.
See, it's infectious. Star-Lord, yeah.
Star-Lord, yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Now we all know what that is, right?
Yeah. Isn't it Sharon Carter or something that's gonna be the Captain America?
I don't remember actually, but yeah,
it is supposed to be Sharon Carter, but they don't go the full 9. Like she pops out of that wearing a tank top when Steve Rogers was shirtless, and I'm like, that's not equality.
Okay, so
and she's wearing a skirt too. That's even worse.
Yeah.
That just makes it seem like she was kidnapped and put in there, which is creepy.
Yeah.
Well, if the Tony Stark is going to be what is it? Voiced by Jeff Goldblum, and it's going down the Fly type of story. That'd be good though, wouldn't it? The Fly.
Like Captain Britain. So Cyclops, maybe? Come on. No, boo, fuck that.
So there you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
supposedly
they're tokenizing. So they're
Shadow.
simultaneously tokenizing Captain Britain and Captain.
Yeah, that is no Captain
That
Britain.
is dumb.
Suppose it's
Peggy Carter, yeah. That was the name.
It might be rotoscope. I don't know. Agreed. If Jeppy gets his hands, actually, Clyburn agrees. If Jeppy gets his hand on DC, it's going to stay garbage. Well, they don't have very far much to travel at this point.
It just
be a lateral move at best. Yeah.
It will just be more garbage rotting on top of more garbage with a recycled bottle on top going, can you please move me to the Marvel pile? That's pretty much what's going to happen. Pretty bad.
You have a super soldier.
Where's the mask, woman?
I don't
Or
know.
a helmet, at least. No,
Yeah, or
protective
a
headgear.
helmet.
Why
So-
would they?
Why?
I don't like the Archer style art animation.
The art
It just
style.
seems weird.
It looks
It's
like
out
a
of
bad
place.
game, like a old game.
Well, here's the thing
Kind
that's
of.
going to be weird, right? So, Star-Lord is like the son of, what's his name?
The Living Planet.
The Living Planet, right?
Yeah,
But
in the show,
T'Challa
in the
is
movies,
clearly
yeah.
not. So why are they picking him up? It's like-
Yeah. This looks like a Telltale game.
Kind of, but it's
Animation.
not as good.
No,
Not
It
as
looks
good.
like they.
detailed.
It looks like they took the Archer 2D style and then grafted it to a 3D model, trying to do really cheesy like cell animation, but not
Yeah.
to the extent that like you would see in a present day anime game.
Yeah.
Fuck, even the Sword Art Online games for the last few years are fucking looking better than this.
Oh yeah,
Like-
man. I played a lot
Like
of
why?
them.
Does his lip have a like his lip has the middle? That's normal. Why does his teeth have a middle the same where his lip is? Like it's just weird looking. Like even the face. Like I don't think they took time on this.
Or they're trying to illustrate the gap.
So
and
they
it's
got
not
the wrong
working.
kid.
Yeah. It was a kidnapping gone wrong. Yeah, that's what it was. Pretty much.
There's a theme here. That's not appropriate, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I don't mean y'all. I mean the people making it.
Oh, okay. I think that's Doctor Strange. That's supposed
yeah,
to
I
be.
think so. Yeah.
Oh god.
What you doing out there all by yourself anyway?
Exploring the world.
Sounds fun.
Okay, they just made him look like Mary Poppins. Doesn't that sound weird? Like it actually felt like a Mary Poppins kind of scene.
Yeah.
But why stop at one world when we can show you all of
No.
What the hell?
No. It looks like Peggy Carter with a goatee.
What the hell is this bullshit?
There you go.
Actually, it looks like that guy from Babylon 5, the weird dude with the staff.
Jason Carter is his name. He's a really cool guy. Really cool guy. I've had a chance to work with him.
Yeah, we're eventually have to get Jeebas on because I told him we wanted him, Keith. So we're gonna get that guy on if we're talking about Babylon 5 one day. Yeah.
Well, I've met quite a few of the cast members. That's the surprising thing. That still surprises me to this day. See,
Wait,
Warner
you met
Brothers.
Tracy Scoggins?
I wish. I've heard about her.
So some of the characters are like different superheroes now, and some of the characters are still the same heroes. It's pretty weird.
It's like a what if series. What if is like what would happen if this happened? If this happened, it was like it was also a comic series.
Yeah, it's an animated version of a classic Marvel comic.
Yeah,
and that comic ran for years, and it was
great.
It was a lot of fun to read that.
It would be like what if Rogue like sapped all the powers from the X-Men, or what if Apocalypse was working at McDonald's? It'd be weird stories like that. That's definitely that the
Watcher.
The Watcher.
The Watcher.
I keep thinking Beyonder for some reason.
And you know who's doing the voice for the Watcher is it's the actor playing James Gordon in the Batman.
No way.
Oh, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright does have a great voice.
Well, why is it purple?
Stereotypes,
I guess. Why is it that the Watcher looks the best out of all of it?
It's his show.
Oh yeah.
This is an anthology series.
In the Iron Man thing, or is it Howard Stark?
Probably.
Is that a Grandmaster? No.
No, that's that's his brother.
Yeah.
The Collector.
The Collector.
Yeah, the Collector.
Oh, there we go. Everyone needs that. There we go. Where'd he go? Look, they
Yeah.
showed even the movie. Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah. What's the what if here? What if Brie Larson could act? Is this what this whole episode is?
Hey,
What if
Steven,
Captain Marvel was a good movie?
the picture I sent you, even that looks better than
It
Brie
does.
Larson.
Oh, please, it looks just like Brie Larson, and she probably does the voice.
This is my only favorite thing I'm looking forward to out of this.
Oh, zombie Captain America, yeah.
Zombies in general, but look at that.
Mm.
And ponder the question.
I don't want to get claimed by that music.
Yeah,
but
she
yeah,
is.
this-
She is playing in the What If too. She is.
Oh, Howard the Duck.
Give me the tour.
Wait, is he fighting himself?
Yep.
Naturally.
Oh yeah.
Because I guess Doctor Strange can jump between universes.
Oh, don't tell me this is a multiverse opening as well. Wait, what the fuck?
It's like an evil version of him or something.
So we got Mirror Strange now?
Why does he also have a goatee? Shouldn't one of them be clean shaven?
Yeah. But yeah, that's Marvel's What If.
The fuck that.
Meh.
Nah, dude.
Look,
I probably have to see it just to keep up to the podcasts, but like I watch a lot of stuff that I don't want to watch just so I can keep up on the podcasts that I do.
I am still surprised after all this time that they couldn't have some kind of a deal being under the Disney umbrella to do something really cool animated with Marvel. I know they have had a lot of the shows that they've already done, the Avengers and Spider-Man and all that stuff, but the quality just can't compete with amazingly what Warner Brothers has at least done the only thing right with DC.
Yeah.
You know, their animated stuff on a whole is still better.
Oh my God, you're right. The Reign of Superman, I love my favorite, but my favorite out of all of them is still Assault on Arkham, and I think Long Halloween might top that.
If Warner Brothers ever really got their act together to just go ahead and do a regular television series again for Batman, animated series, you could do the entire Batman family and do more for expanding that universe, that character, and selling comics than you ever could with any movie.
And I have to say, you remember that symbiote god they call Knull, right? Knall?
Yeah.
In Norway, Knull means fuck in Norway. So in Norway, we cannot take him seriously because when we hear Knull, it means fuck.
Jeez.
The god of fuck.
He's the god of fucking symbiotes?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so bad.
So whoever used that name on that character, they and the fucking character too looks like a Lich King version that is really skinny and really poorly done.
Oh,
and I remember when I read the book, you will know that the spider on Venom's chest is not a spider; it's a dragon.
What?
Yeah. It's a dragon symbol from the symbiotes, apparently, like the Clintars, apparently. It's not a spider, apparently.
That just seems weird.
And Venom, the first person he was on was like an blue alien in space. That was like the first person he was on. Not Peter or anything. It was an alien, random alien.
Hold on.
But if this is crazy, babe, I don't want to be sane. I'm in love with you, Wendy.
Oh, Captain!
Sorry, I needed some sanity back. I was like,
and you also have that comic when basically Venom and Eddie Brock basically gets a child together.
What?
What?
Yeah, it's one of the comics. I don't remember the name at the moment, but it was a comic that I was reading, and it's like with Venom when and they basically have a child together, basically.
And it's not Carnage?
No, it's a new character.
That's
I know that the Venom symbiote went insane after it grafted onto Deadpool and then hopped back into the tube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, this is you're talking about from 2018, right?
I think so.
And it was like black and green with weird. Yeah, okay, yeah, I think I found it. This is this is why I've turned off comics. This is exactly why, because this doesn't make sense. What? No, wait. How does
that is basically their child.
How? Oh my god, how?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Eddie Brock and Venom symbiote have kept their child a secret until now, when Eddie must merge with the child to create a new hero.
Wait. So the symbiote so quick to Eddie Brock that when he had sex with his wife, the symbiote was part of the semen, and that's why the child can turn is half symbiote. How? I'm stuttering. How does this work?
Dude, that is... I don't know, dude. It's...
Who is the top and who is the bottom?
Well, that is a good question, mate.
This is Mike Costa and Mark Bagley. Are you? Oh my God! This no. Is Venom the last good character created by Marvel?
And they have like ruined Venom and the whole Venom story too. So it's Venom is not Venom anymore in the fucking comics. It's just with the whole and the person who wrote that comic. Why don't you say God of Clintars, not God of symbiotes, like they say they are symbiotes? No, that's what we humans basically call them and stuff, because they're a symbiote to us. They are Clintars, not symbiotes.
That's crazy. But I think we should we should close it out here, because we're gonna give myself and everyone else trauma. Unless you guys have any else things you want to cover.
Yeah, this would be a good note to end on. A crazy incest child. Yeah.
The incest.
There is some positive news coming.
What is that?
Since before I started podcasting, I've been talking about Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
And his dream of eventually bringing the character of Black Hawk to life. And it looks like that could be happening, which is one of the few bright spots coming for comics, comic film.
The pilots, the Black Hawk pilots, right? From World War II?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That will be awesome.
David Kopp had an Instagram post talking about this and said that it's still on the way.
Oh shit, that's some good news.
That'd be Spielberg getting a little bit closer back to form with his whole adventure and fantasy type of.
Okay, hold on, Keith just sent me a picture. Hold on. Oh damn, this makes me feel kind of happy. Let's take a look.
That's a picture from Howard Chaykin's run of Black Hawk. But Black Hawk is also important because Black Hawk was actually the first non-superhero character that DC Comics had turned into a movie. And this is way back about 1941-42. So, played by the first actor that ever played Superman on film, Kirk Allen.
He actually has a question for you, Keith. What is Black Hawk? Black Hawk.
Aha! Black Hawk is a group of fighter pilots who are kind of
international fighter pilots, right? Really, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Each member of Black Hawks represents one of the countries that was occupied by the Axis during World War II.
Okay.
Because this is set during World War II. And Janusz Black Hawk is Polish. And his is the story of, the Nazis came to Poland, they killed his family, and so he decides to fight against them. And I think they're a combination of soldiers of fortune, but also, they're more like the delivery guys of World War II. If you needed a package or someone smuggled overseas, the Black Hawks would do it.
So I think what you're saying is he's gonna be focusing on how they do all that stuff, and it's gonna end up with they have to get probably something very important. Were they actually attached to any superheroes in general though? Like were they like
No, but a lot of superheroes knew who they were, and they walked that line between the superheroes and between the World War II characters that we were talking about. Black Hawk, I think, even interacted with Sergeant Rock and Easy Company, the Haunted Tank, Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
If Spielberg does this the right way, this could be the kind of film that could break things wide open, going a whole new direction. Although this would fit in more with Dwayne Johnson's version of what he's wanting to do than with anyone else.
Mm. And I just saw one of the questions there. If the Venom, if this was the Venom from 16, yes, it is. And Kid to Venom and Eddie is also from the same universe, the main universe. And the name of the child is Sleeper.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, and Venom has wings and a sword right now.
Wow.
What did he like graft onto Harvey Birdman, and then come back, or?
I don't know, dude.
To answer your question, some of the questions coming up, you can actually Justice League Unlimited and Legends of Tomorrow. Yes, those are more modern versions or iterations of Black Hawk. In certain comics, actually, they've survived even into modern day. I don't know how the original Blackhawks did it, but you can also see them in probably the best animated film they've done, which is Justice League New Frontier.
Yeah.
The Blackhawks are a part of that.
How did I miss that movie?
Yeah, Darwin Cook's
New
Frontier is a fantastic adaptation.
Oh God, that could be a live action film, and if they did it right, could even be nominated for several Academy Awards.
How did I miss this film?
Well, it was actually like it was one of the last few DC animated films that were like really up on the top tier, because right after they finished releasing The Dark Knight Returns, the story choices that they're picking, their adaptations of New 52 and then Rebirth, were kind of really hitting hard against the quality of their films. I think they had a record of like 11 back-to-back that did not perform anywhere near well as what they expected, and which is why they're kind of going back to this other thing of adapting actual proper issues. So they screwed up a little bit with Hush. Well, not so much a little bit. They really did screw up with Hush, and now they're trying to get back on course with The Long Halloween for Batman, and I think they got another Superman they're doing as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
Darwin Cook was so freaking talented.
And the amazing thing,
the amazing thing about this is that I think had he lived, I think they would have done more with this version of the DC universe, having more. Look, okay. You see all these characters? This represents a majority of the characters that Warner Brothers has decided not to use when doing anything related to DC Comics.
Yep.
Okay, you see the guys in black, military uniforms with the hats? Those are Blackhawks. Those are Blackhawks. The guy in the white space uniform, that's Hal Jordan. The guy next to him in purple, and then you'll see other people in purple. Those are the members of the Challengers of the Unknown. Of course, Batman, Green Arrow, Martian Manhunter. Adam Strange, because it's the 1950s.
They got they actually have the Atom in there as well. His device helps save the day.
Yes, it is an amazing film, and it makes you really want to see more from this period of time. Oh, and you also meet King Faraday, who's one of my favorite DC characters.
Yeah,
he plays a major role in this movie, and in real DC continuity, he was the one that actually found Amanda Waller and trained her and turned her into who she was or is now.
Well, I mean,
So-
he trained her, and then she went kind of. She's
Yeah, she
basically
went-
like an evil anti-hero
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the one thing that they screwed up a lot with her character, especially with the relation to Batman, is they don't make Batman scare the crap out of her enough because he can do it. And for some reason they're like, no, we can't have her do that. Can't have her react that way. It's like, no, you need Batman to do that because that keeps her in check. That prevents her from going as far crazy as she could because that's how dangerous she is.
Yep.
And you also have like this little funny cameo with Bugs Bunny.
Oh, that's with Martian Manhunter, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know
then
what it
this
is, but
is-
I love the classic skirt Wonder Woman. I really do. I like.
Yeah,
that
this
skirt.
is all post World War II into the 1950s, the new frontier, the dawning of eventually what will be Camelot and JFK. But this is all of this. This is DC Comics, and
JFK
for whatever
did that
reason,
archive. That's a real him. They like use archive sound things with him.
Yeah, they did his speech. They recorded his speech over and used the recording of his speech for this. But then you got Metamorpho in the background there, I think, and they used the Barry Allen flash in this one instead of the Jay Garrick one. So
Who's
yeah,
the
like
one on the bike in the back though? Who's that?
Oh, that's Black Canary.
Yep.
Oh damn.
And then
They ruined her,
Girl.
man. They ruined
They
her in
got
that just Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah. And then you got,
and those are the
Captain
Metalmen.
Marvel.
You got the Metalmen down there under Captain Marvel.
Yep.
And you have the Challengers of the Unknown, Aquaman, of course, Supergirl, the original Hawkman and Hawkgirl. I mean, this is.
You got Plastic Man in there, I think, as well. Like, is that him stretching behind Wonder Woman? It's hard to tell.
I think so, right there. Yeah, you can tell because there's the arm, there's the head, and there's the leg. So it is stretching. Yeah, I think he's doing it for a launch. Dude, that's like they're all wearing the weird short too. That's what's even greater.
No, they're wearing the trunks as opposed to like
Yeah.
the more muscle things. Yeah.
It's really good, man.
Wait,
For people
they-
people who haven't seen this movie should really see it.
They're
Yes,
doing a
you should.
sequel. They're doing a sequel.
Well, check out the vocal cast for this particular release because it is one of the best casts they've ever put together for any of the DC animated films.
Yeah, they have Lucy
it's really
Lawless as
good.
Wonder Woman. They got Neil Patrick Harris as the Flash.
Yeah, and he really fits the role too. That's so
Mhm.
great.
They have what's his name from Twin Peaks as Superman.
Kyle,
Is that
Kyle
Lois
MacLachlan,
Cullen?
That's
Kyle-
Vigilante.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Vigilante.
And then you
That's
can
a
see
good
Speedy right
character.
behind him. Yeah. That's Speedy.
It's such a good cast.
And
We got David Boreanaz as Hal
Oh
Jordan.
my God! Wow.
Adam Strange.
look
And
at
James,
that.
and you have Captain Cold is James Arnold Tyler,
Yep.
who's done a lot of things like Obi-Wan, Final Fantasy games, Ratchet and Clank franchise, and a lot of stuff like that.
This is
Dude.
this
Oh.
entire thing is just classic DC, left, right, and center. And I remember when it came out, they even put out a special version of this that came with a copy of the original comic that it's based on, along with original drawing. I mean, they really
Interviews with
put
Darwin
this out
Cook.
there.
Yep.
Yeah, and Darwin Cook was one of the nicest people. I mean, he was a great guy. I have to say this is one of my prouder moments in just mustering up enough courage to go up and talk to him. And I'm glad I did because I think he died maybe a year and a half later. But this is all him. What's amazing is this is all based on his artwork. This is how the book looks if you were to get the comic.
And the guy who plays Aquaman is also the guy who played Aquaman in Smallville.
Oh yeah,
I think
yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I think so.
He was
And he-
Michelangelo in the Ninja Turtles film.
And he
he
plays
should have been
Hawk.
Aquaman in the actual feature films. He's got the build and the skill for it, but
And he
instead
also
they
plays
wanted to do
Hawk.
Lobo Aquaman. So
If you remember Titans, he plays
he
Hawk
plays,
in Titans.
yeah, he plays Hawk in Titans is terrible, but yeah, he plays Hawk in Titans.
He plays really well though. Like he does pretty well in it. Like he's a good actor.
No, he is definitely a good actor. Yeah.
I highly suggest that if you can get out and find a copy of the comic book or go online and order it for yourself, you can find it in hardback, which is the version I think you should get because it includes lots of extras. Or you can find it in soft cover. You can find, I mean, just get it, get the film, and have fun. Especially if you have, if your entertainment system and all your speakers are set up, just turn it on and have fun. This is something that should have been in a movie theater. That's how good this was.
Oh yeah, I totally agree, man.
This looks fantastic.
It's really good.
It gives
got
you
a
the proper
mystery,
origin.
It's got love story. It's got action. It taps on all these cool little aspects and moments of the characters in this era that they're in. It's really quite good.
Damn.
Highly recommend it. And you haven't seen it, Steven?
No, this one literally flew under. When I'm saying it flew under my radar, it flew under my radar. I have missed this one. I'm kicking myself for it because I've been pretty much focusing on like the apocalypse, the reign of Superman, the death of Superman, and the Man of Tomorrow.
And I'm
garbage.
like, I'm probably the youngest here, and I've still seen it, man. Get your shit together.
Steven, I suggest that you also just sort of Google and do a deep dive on Darwin Cook's work, especially his artwork. The stuff that he just put into his, all of his interpretations of all the DC characters is amazing.
I'm gonna have to do
his
that.
artwork was just beautiful to look
DC
at.
has not released a Cook omnibus yet. I don't think they should, because that would be that'd
Looks
be
like
something
looks like you sold something. And Jace, I'm gonna miss things. All right, I'm gonna miss things. Don't beat me up.
So
you never hit a fat guy when he's down, and since I can't really get up, I'm always down. So stop hitting me.
Yeah, Cavalryman. Yeah, I get that. Again, you got to remember when that book was originally created. But the more modern Blackhawk stuff, especially when you get the Howard Chaykin version of Blackhawk, that stuff rocks. And they actually make that character. He is an actual helpful character and I shouldn't say helpful. He is a member of Blackhawk. And all of it is it's an amazing story. And I'm pretty sure Steven Spielberg, when he adapts this, he'll take out a lot of the cringy stuff anyway.
Or reconcile it into a way where it actually doesn't come across as offensive. Because there are ways you can do that.
But there is omnibuses there. Look.
Oh no, there's of his individual runs. Yeah, I'm just talking about like the overall.
And that'd be a big book.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, he's got interviews, he has notes, he has like replies to fans and the back of some of his issues and stuff. All those collections would hit my mic. Oh, sorry. All those collections would be a fantastic thing to have in one locale.
You're correct, Monkey. Planetary should be a television series. Period. Mm-hmm. And it should be something that is done. If you were to make it a movie, that is a film that should either be made through Universal or Paramount.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. I got something to watch now.
Or Netflix. Because if you are a comic book fan and you have never read Planetary, clear your weekend, read that comic, read the entire story. It'll blow you away.
Hell yeah. Dude, thanks,
and watch
Keith.
the movie, man. And watch the movie.
Okay.
Keith.
So I have sorry, Kate, go ahead.
What? No, look at the share screen.
Oh, share screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I have a question. I've always heard Mr. Miracle and Big Barda, but I don't know what their powers are. Could someone of them explain them to me?
Sure. Mr. Miracle was actually born on Apocalypse, and he is an escape artist, basically. Okay.
He's the only one to escape Apocalypse, I think.
Yeah, he's the only one to have escaped Apocalypse. Now, Big Barda was originally the first lieutenant of Granny Goodness's Furies, which is the three women who she always sends to kill people or go after people. Well, Big Barda used to be their leader. and eventually she and Mr. Miracle, Scott, fell in love, and they decided to just break away from all of that. And Mr. Miracle came to Earth and decided to use his abilities to be more of an entertainer. Yeah, an escape artist, like Houdini or others. And in actuality, he's really, really good at what he does. So there you go.
Yeah, and every once in a while he's, I guess, recruited or asked to help by members of the Justice League or someone else whenever they have to dealings with like the new gods of New Genesis or Apocalypse.
Oh,
now
this is Donald Cook style that Kate's bringing up.
Yes. Now,
Mm-hmm.
here is something that you need to understand. Okay, this picture is also something that points to a problem with Warner Brothers. Okay, Warner Brothers owns the rights to Hanna-Barbera, which means which begs the question why they have not developed live action films based on a lot of the stuff that you're seeing before you. If I were in charge, the first live action film I would do, and I would start work on that next year, would be a live action version of Space Ghost. I would have it written. I would choose someone to write it, but I would have the Wachowskis direct it. Not write it, direct it. Okay? And the reason why I say that
Speed Racer
is, again, no, because of Jupiter Ascending. Jupiter Ascending is one of the best looking science fiction films, period. Okay? The story, the actual script is crap.
Yes.
But the look of that movie is better than 90% of all the science fiction films you've seen in the last 10 to 15 years. Period.
Okay. I have a question then. Hi, Palpatine, how you doing? If we're gonna go Space Ghost, do you think if they can't nail it with actually doing like the actual superhero version, why haven't they taken a chance and making it a parody actual talk show like Stephen Colbert, but make it real life?
You know what? That's a good question, but I don't think I would do that. I think there are enough fans out there, and especially given the comic book that they put out, I think there are enough fans that would really dig a kind of cross between, say, Star Trek and superheroes. You know, and the story that the comic book version of Space Ghost came up with is incredible. I would love to see a big screen version of that. But then again, you Frankenstein Jr., the Herculoids, and of course, as I've said, Johnny Quest. All that stuff is just waiting to be adapted, and Warner Brothers has done nothing with it.
Of course not, because it's something they probably have no idea what to do. They're only taking the stuff that people know. A lot of people don't remember Johnny Quest, and if they do, it's usually either from the parodies of Venture Brothers and the like that.
That's right.
They don't see it as important enough.
Yep. And so, look, just like with all the other comic books, go ahead and check out all of the Warner Brothers stuff that DC did a few years back. I like their adaptation of Scooby-Doo. I'm a hardcore Scooby-Doo purist, meaning I don't like any of the animated shows after the original 1969 show. I could care less about anything that came after the original run, with the exception of the DC Comics attempt at doing it more realistically. And for some reason, it works as a loose science fiction, zombie type adventure type thing. That works. I like their way of doing it. But when Dan Didio announced that they were doing stuff with Hanna-Barbera characters, it instantly clicked with me and made a lot of sense. So go out and get the omnibus collected Future Quest, which is all of the adventure characters from Hanna-Barbera in one adventure together. You will not be sorry if you are a Hanna-Barbera fan.
Does anyone feel like that, Keith? It works for like numerous like comic book companies, and you're just trying to sell all the old back issues because I got all these suckers right here. We're gonna do it right now. You don't even know. I'm gonna do it all right now.
There's like one comic I wish they would make a good movie with or a TV show with, and that is Nemesis. I don't know if you guys have read it from Icon Comics.
I
think I remember that
a while back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good, and I love that the nobody knows who the bad guy is, and he's like super smart. It's like Batman and Joker into one person, and the reason he becomes a villain is because he's bored and rich. That's the reason.
Yeah.
He's just bored and rich. He just want to have something to do.
That sounds a lot like Mark Miller's Prodigy.
Yeah, it is. He was one of the people that made this comic, and one of the things that happens in the comic is really fucked up. It's like one of my favorite things because it's so fucked up. So the FBI guy, the main hero, basically, he has like a gay daughter, now a gay son and a daughter. So what Nemesis does, he kidnaps them, takes sperm from the gay son, puts it into her, then sterilize her. So that can be so when she's pregnant, that will be the only child she can have. So if she takes it away, she can never have children again.
What?
Yeah, I remember they were trying to pitch this as a film, I think in 2012, and nobody felt that they could do it properly without it being incredibly controversial.
There is an Invisible show, Monkey. It's called My. I'm not going to make that joke. It was a sex life joke. I'm going to leave it there.
Right now, they would not have made a show with Nemesis. That would be.
I had a serious question because after I watched the trailer for The Long Halloween, whoever was doing that style needs to be allowed to draw a Rocketeer animation.
Because the Rocketeer, the first movie was so good, and I know they didn't they like make a show with a female or something instead?
They did a sequel that I don't think anybody saw.
Yeah, Disney is wanting to do a sequel with a woman, but their plans for how to do it and how that story, when that story would take place, are so dumb.
It would kill it. It would kill it.
Yeah,
it's like the blip. It's like the blip right now with all of Marvel, how they're trying to coincide and say how all the After Effects are linked but not interlinked. And
because the first movie was so good.
This is one of those situations where
they made a TV show. They made a Disney Junior TV show of it. Yeah.
Yeah. For them, it helps that the creator is no longer with us, because I think he would have shot that sequel idea down.
The 7-year-old great daughter of Cliff, who receives a jetpack and becomes the new Rocketeer. Yeah, they made.
Guess what? That sounds even better than the actual idea that Disney came up for a sequel to the actual film.
I think we were talking about before. It's really bad how they were trying to do the timeline and how they were trying to make it. Like, I'm not going to get into Keith because it sounds like you're about to hyperventilate. But I want to.
It's just bad.
What I really want to do is go back a ways. And for those that don't know what the Max is, this was like something you would find on the Liquid TV on like MTV or I guess Nickelodeon, depending on where you were. And I can't play all of it because I don't want to get claimed, but. You guys remember the Max, right?
Penetrates. Makes your skin feel itchy.
You don't get animation like this.
Dirty kind.
Like if between
this show and Spawn, which HBO.
The Spawn show. Oh my fucking god, dude! I love Spawn, dude. So.
Thank you, Normie.
Was not the biggest fan of the live action movie though. Of course, it was like a really PC movie, like C movie. But the actor was good casting. It was like it's not bad casting, just really poorly written movie. But the animation show and the comics, fucking love that, man.
Now the question is, how many people remember her? And was that one of your first crushes?
No.
Actually, not seen it.
You have not seen this?
No.
What are you
I don't know
talking
if
about? I thought you were the
I don't-
pop culture, Jay. We're supposed to keep up, man. What the hell?
Dude, I don't
Like,
even
man,
know if
I
I don't even know if
this.
we had that in Norway.
I'm just being a dick like you were. It's working so far, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
This is
like,
also, I
Even
think this
though,
is also one of the Image books.
That's good.
And the thing about Image, when this cartoon came out, when Spawn came out, I mean, this is all not too long after Image started. You know, this is within a few years of the beginning of Image Comics. And on top of that, see if you can find the trailer for Wildcats.
I will.
Because
That's
I put it on my
actually-
list.
yeah.
You happy? I put it on my list now, so I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, you better. You better. I'm gonna do nothing.
Yeah. Maybe when I remove my penis, maybe I will be a little bit nicer, and maybe I will not be such a dick.
Oh no, you'll just like no. I'm not even gonna make this comment either. I'll just mail it to you. So like, I
Yeah.
love the way their partnership worked, even though it was like they were in their own little world. But
yeah,
like I say, even though I'm trans, I can joke about it, dude.
Okay.
If people get triggered about it, fuck them. If other trans people get triggered, fuck them too, man.
That's a good
don't
mentality.
care.
But like,
I think,
he always looked crashed out.
I think all of this is just amazing stuff. And,
It looks
and
pretty
this is the
interesting,
kind of
man. And they made it when I was born in 1995. Damn.
So you wanted the Wildcats trailer, right?
Yeah, because a lot of people forget that Wildcats actually was an animated series. No. Yeah, no, not
the
this.
cheerleading.
The-
That's
the comic book Wildcats. Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, I
There we
watched
go.
this. I watched this because that's how that's how I love Grifter so much.
Yeah, Grifter was awesome.
This is I don't know how long. That's 22 minutes. We want the actual. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That show I've seen. Man.
Dude, look at that shit, man. You don't get that type of cartoons anymore.
You don't,
no.
man. This is so good, man. Why don't we get stuff like this anymore? Like, this is unique and beautiful.
It's also expensive.
Wait. McFarlane made toys for Max? How did, I never saw
Oh, he
that.
makes a lot of toys, man. He makes a lot of toys for different stuff, man.
Playboy Playmates made the action figures? No way.
The thing about really what again continues to amaze me about Image was how quickly they were able to get these characters from comics into animation in short of we're not even talking 5 years. Not even 5 years after they started publishing this stuff.
God.
And Jim Lee, I think he should try to do more stuff like this. I mean, realistically, what is his job now with DC Comics? I mean, he should just go ahead.
Good, man.
There is one thing. He was the proxy for Heather Antos getting denied, so he does do something.
Yes, yeah. I'm not. What I mean is, he's a talented guy.
Look.
He's still there.
She has hips.
He should
You know
just
what?
go ahead.
I
and
really want to
make
make animation with my company one day, and I want to go for an old style like this, man. I really want to go for an old style like this when I'm gonna make animation shows.
But Keith, you're right, man. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying Jim Lee should just go ahead and return to his universe of comics and see what he could do with that stuff. If you get somebody new running DC Comics, he should just go ahead and put in to see if he could actually just restart this stuff. You know? Wouldn't hurt.
And look at that. We have strong females in those shows too. Have people forgotten that too, I guess?
I love the 80s hair. They all have the ponytails. Have you noticed that they almost all have the
That's not
crazy...
80s hair. Are you kidding? That's very 90s.
Yeah,
Power
that's
Pony
not
is a
90s.
90s thing.
And it's
I
also like
did
keep it
that.
out of their face.
Yep.
I'm not perfect.
No, you're
Jim
fine.
Lee's Wildcats.
Yeah,
Oof, so
there's
good.
and that's
And
that.
the 80 and the 90s.
The blonde
That's
guy was
true.
always my favorite. The blonde guy was always my favorite. The green jacket.
This
was
guy?
always my favorite.
That's
Yeah.
Grifter.
Yeah, it was always my favorite when I watched that show.
Did you
They
ever
brought
see
it into
the
Flashpoint.
Did you ever see the faux trailer for The Watchmen?
I did not.
The animated trailer, the Saturday morning animated trailer that was loosely based on, I think, a rip on the Wildcats a little bit. Somebody made one of the characters from Watchmen.
Oh,
I
the
did not
fan
know that.
trailer. Yeah, it's funny.
Damn, I missed that too. I must have missed a lot of things when I was in. Zealot was hot. I agree, Jeebus. Yes.
Yeah, Zealot was amazing.
But we're gonna have to close out. We went another half an hour.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so
No,
sorry.
Keith, you
This
never have to
happens when we have
apologize.
fun. This
Keith,
is
you
when we have
never
fun,
have,
you know.
Yeah, you never have to apologize. And Jeebus, like I said before, remember to check my about for my business email so we can get you on the show to talk Babylon 5 because Keith is still pissed off you dropped that bomb at the end of the last show.
Yeah. You can't just walk in and say something like that and walk out.
He
Can't
did.
do it.
He did. But guys, this has honestly been great. And before we wrap up, I actually want to show because I think I showed this to you, Keith, right? I will pick a day in the back room afterwards, and if we can sneak Jeebus in, I would love to have him come on that show. So we're planning something in the future. I talked to Keith about it, and I want to do it was it Tuesday or Wednesday at like 3 p.m.
I think it's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah, so Tuesday at like 3 p.m. But we wanted to have what I called Keith Chimes In.
Keith,
That is the best title.
Yeah, I thought it was it was great. Yeah, and actually, Kate helped with the last part of that thumbnail, trying to figure out the comic book panel stuff. And as soon as we got it, and the text centering
so
it and
nice,
stuff.
man.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I didn't do anything.
Ding
I
dong,
just
the Keith is
critiqued.
here.
You critiqued and gave ideas, so it works. So
Yeah,
we're going to
that's what
have that.
critiquing does.
So you don't want black men chims in?
I gave him a whole panel to himself. What the hell? I was being inclusive.
That's okay. I can occupy my little space right there. And...
Oh come on! Now you're just
that
no,
is
no,
space.
no, okay.
Oh,
All
he's
right,
craving a
but
bigger space.
Before we close out, does anyone have anything to plug or usually anything to say?
I just
It's
want to say
not-
it was really fun to be here, man. Thanks for
Oh,
having
yeah.
me.
You're welcome, man. We will eventually keep you in mind for the future.
Yeah, man. Love being here.
Yeah. But other than that, anyone else?
Look, just do yourselves a favor. All that comic book stuff that I suggested, and remember, absolute Green Lantern, Green Arrow from Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil. Check that out. It's
man.
fun to read that stuff, and it's not woke. In fact, go with the O'Neills and the O'Neill and Adams version of Batman 2 from the early 70s. You will thank me later. You will.
Yeah.
Other than that, enjoy it. Enjoy all that stuff. I envy a lot of you guys because this is the first time for a lot of you guys.
Yeah, we're going to do more of this. We can actually get you guys to look at back stuff because Keith has a great way of delivering and storytelling it. Even Script does too. Stop laughing at it. It's true. But you're a man
Script is
too.
the man.
But pod racing has just busted me. He did. He busted me very bad when it came to that thumbnail. That is Keith's safe space, and I feel really bad that I have been found out. That is definitely his safe space. I was trying to keep it 6 panels in between us. You know, we weren't wearing masks. So I had to go somewhere.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was great, Palpatine. Kylock, honestly, I hope you're starting to write on that story you shared. Shay, was nice seeing you here. Jeebus, you're always a pleasure. Normie, I'm not going to strip for you. I want people to still be able to see tomorrow. Explorer of the Multiverse, thank you for coming. And Kaylee and everyone else that showed up in the chat. Stream Elements, go fuck yourself. Other than that, Kate, do you have anything coming up? Yeah.
No. Not yet, exactly. I have a new video on my business page or channel, Dark Entries Design on YouTube. It's like the only one, so yay.
And
Very
then we're
specific.
going. It is very specific, but yeah, check out her videos. They're actually pretty cool the way she does it. And then we have Gary, Doctor, PhD.
What's going on, everybody? So well, I'm working normal. I'm working like full time and some other stuff right now, so I don't have anything on my channel. But be sure to follow Pop Culture Minefield for this Friday with their interview with Robert Meyer Burnett, and follow me on Twitter at ScriptDoctorPhD to see what's going on there. That's about all I got for now.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And Blade Runner is awesome.
Oh, come on! No, you're not doing that. But no. Other than that, thank you guys for all coming in. I know we had a big panel. It was just chilling, talking about stuff. We went through a lot of different generations of everything today.
Yeah, loved it, dude.
That was awesome. Other than that,
Frontier.
Joker, we just finished up. I'm sorry, man, but we're just ending. Other than that, I am Fat Steven. I usually do. Actually, I don't even have to do this. Hold on. I got laser. I'm gonna make it easier for everyone now because I actually did this because I was tired of repeating myself longer than culture. So give me 1 second here.
Becoming a competition.
I don't want competition. I want all the petitions. But yes, most definitely. This is my schedule for right now. Sorry that Gary's head's in the way. There we go. This is where you can find me. This is what's going on. We'll eventually, I think Tuesdays, we will squeeze in, or Tuesday or Wednesday, we will try to squeeze in the Keith Chimes In series, and we'll have a random panel as usual. People will be able to ask questions, and we'll let him talk. I think that's the best thing about Keith. When he talks, he attracts and gravitates people to not only ask more questions, but to, ask questions about the personal ideas they want to go forward with. And you have a good skill at that. A lot of you guys do.
Yeah, call it. I would call that segment "If You Were in Charge."
Oh yeah. Other than that, you guys have been great. Thank you so much, Kishik. You're always welcome. Gentlemen, it's all good, man. We'll try to figure out. Jeebus, definitely send me that email. We definitely want you on a show. Or Keith will definitely never be my token black friend again. Other than that, what? Oh shit, my mic's on still. Okay, before we go out, Explorer wants to know what the Green Arrow graphic novels were called.
It's called Absolute Green Lantern, Green Arrow from Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil.
Green Arrow, Green Adams, from that's Neil Adams. You probably spelled the name wrong.
Here, I'll do you a favor. Here,
you're going to
let me
turn on
show
the
you.
camera, aren't you? You're going to turn.
I'm going to turn on the camera.
You're going to whip out your green dick right now, aren't you? You son of a bitch. Yeah.
Yep.
It looks like this.
It matches
Their
his shower.
names aren't Richard. What are you talking about, weirdo?
Who called Richard?
I said their names aren't Richard.
I didn't say what. I was still
Never mind. Oh my god. Yeah.
so
See,
good,
he got it.
Yeah, you're calling me Dick. I got the Dick.
Not you. Oh my god.
Isn't that from 2007, right? If I don't remember wrong.
I think so. Well, this is the complete run.
Yeah.
That they did in the 70s, 1970s.
Yeah. Ooh, that looks so nice, man. Damn.
He just whipped out his DC dick everywhere. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that.
Glad they just sent it over, man. Send it over here, man. I want it.
You know what? Robert Culp and Jeff Bridges would have made a great Green Lantern and Green Arrow pairing.
Right?
Yeah.
And Subhuman, whenever you want to come on, you always have an invitation here, sir. Always.
Yeah, the big version that you have now. Yeah, that's from 2007. The big version you have.
God damn.
Yeah. With old stories. I had to
I feel like I
research
got mushroom slapped and I liked it. What the hell?
So good.
Keith, man. Dude. You gotta get him like one of those bubble pipes and like a house coat and like one of those chairs.
Man.
Yeah. But what was it? The theater one where he sat in front of the fireplace and he would read the book. What Keith needs to do is do that and start reciting Green Lantern panels from that book. What is that?
It's the authentication thingy.
Yeah. So now all I need to do is catch up to Neil Adams and have him sign this.
You'll be able to.
I hope so. So enough of me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Blackman. You are great. Wait, you gotta do at least one
Horrible.
Cavill. And
Oh
you
my
gotta
god.
Cavill likes to come hard.
Oh God.
Oh god. We got clips of it. It's already canon. It's already canon. Ah. Other than that, I am Fat Steven. This has been the panel. You have been the chat. You have just sent me an email, Monkey. Thank you very much. We're gonna close out before Kate giggles herself to death. We're gonna give you the favorite as telling me to shut the fuck up.
A Fat Steven Scale with 2 Canadian. Drinker was so mean and mocked my fatness and movies. Ah, shut up, you fat fuck.